Welcome, everybody, back to Whispers in the Woods. Which feels, for some reason, it feels like it's been a really long time. It's only been a week. I don't know why. Oops. Um, but regardless, we are back. That was the wrong atmosphere thing. There we go. That's better. So, in the meantime, in between these sessions, I've been getting together more Silver Song stuff, which is right on the cusp of being ready. So that should be starting up soon. And almost back with Caesar's Hand. Might need another week or so, but we're almost back. Almost got it all figured out. So yeah, soon we'll be back to 3 streams a week, is what I'm saying. It feels weird only having one. But it's given me time to work on stuff, so I've just tasty, just that we've almost got Silver Song ready. That's all I was saying. But yeah. So we'll be back to the 3 normal streams a week. So Silver Song people, as soon as we get those character portraits all done and a little bit of other stuff, and pick a time, pick a place, then we'll be ready to go. And as for this campaign, previously on, the party was in Myrameld's Sanctum, which was an old abandoned altar to Athar, the god of nature. And they were there because they were tracking down a group of assassins who had attempted to kill them while they were meeting with an old wizard who said that he could give them a bit more information on these strange sigils that appeared on the back of their hands. So before they could get any information, those assassins killed the wizard that attempted to kill them as well. And so the party have been hunting down those assassins in order to get some more answers from them as to why they were on a hit list. So tracking them through the swamp, past the small town of Bogrest and into Myrameld's Sanctum, they found the assassins, some of them at least, who were holed up, kind of squatting in the old abandoned altar. And they ran into the man who seemed to be the leader of that troop and proceeded to do battle with him and killed him. So they were unable to obtain any information from him. But they did look around his things and found a few more items and things that may assist in leading them on the right path. One of which was a piece of blank parchment that, when detect magic was cast upon it, it seemed to glow. So next to it was a strange-looking pot of ink and quill. So the party did surmise that perhaps there was something written on the parchment, but we're not able to read it as of yet. But they do have it on them. Also within Myrameld's Sanctum, they took the sort of southern path to explore more of the cave and found what appeared to be the old site of the altar to Athar, and performed a ritual of sorts with Sybil the Druid leading the way that gave them some information on some of these strange mushrooms that were growing within the sanctum. which turned out to be called Lustercap. And Sybil learned that they were triggered by speaking. Audible noises would make them emit spores that were toxic when breathed in. But she also learned a little bit about how they can be harvested and what kind of effects they may have when they are properly harvested and then properly ingested. And after that, the party proceeded to make their way back towards the exit of Marimel's Sanctum, finding a few more things along the way. Martos found an old staff wrapped in vines in a chest that was surrounded by some of the mushrooms, and took that with them. And then they made their way out, running away from a buzzing noise that they heard in one part of the cave, and have now arrived back outside. So you guys headed into the dungeon in the morning, and then made your way back all the way to Bogrest to do a few more things. And I think I said that was like afternoonish, early afternoon, when you guys did that. So it'd probably be relatively later at night. I would say maybe around 8 p.m. as you sort of arrive up out of Marimel's Sanctum back into the swamps to sort of dusk. The sun is in the verge of setting.
Well, I believe we gathered all the information we could, seeing as that we killed the person that could have possibly told us more.
Yeah,
Yes, indeed. So we should probably head back to town for now.
Oh, I could really use a drink.
Fucking grape staff? Oh. Does anybody want the staff? I don't want the staff. I'm not a staff.
Staff?
Now. It's a grape staff. You want the grape staff? I have it still. I don't really want it.
I think I could take the... Did you say it's a great staff or a grape staff?
A grape. Grape.
Grape with a P.
Grape.
Huh.
Oh, does it grow grapes?
Would you like it? Would you like it?
Oh,
Yeah, nice little snack with it.
You do seem to like bonking people, Sybil.
Take this.
Mhm.
Get a nice little. Make some juice when you pop them, okay? It'd be great.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Look how tiny the alligators are.
Yeah, little dick holes.
More like caimans, I guess.
They've shrunk
Oh,
since the
fuck,
last,
that was rude.
last I've seen them.
There you go.
They're decomposing.
They're shrinking.
I want to grab one by the tail and just start dragging it with me.
No. You cannot carry that whole ass thing back.
Oh, but you can, Maltos.
Would you mind helping me butcher it then, Martos?
You know what? I'm all up for butchering, and I got a new fucking axe I gotta try out. Let's do this. Let me just grab the whole thing. And
Well, let's move it to land. Let's move it to land so we don't have to chop here in the water.
No, we'll just take it back with us. Let's go. I'm gonna take this.
All right.
Hollow my shoulder. Alright, let's start heading.
Alright.
Can't leave without a souvenir every single place we go.
Gotta have things. We gotta tell stories. Get back my alligator.
Alright, so you make your way sort of back through the swamp along the path that you took to arrive here. You should be able to move the alligator now.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Following the boardwalks back and making your way across sort of the muddy ground, past that old skeleton that you saw on the way here. What happened to oh, she's hiding behind the alligator.
Bartos is the alligator. What do you mean?
She has become the alligator.
Fair one. I'm wearing it like a skin suit.
It's like what is it? The Viper King armor from XCOM 2.
Fucking nothing touching.
Alright. So slowly you make your way back towards the small settlement in the middle of the bog. There we go. All right. And eventually, as you travel across the boardwalks, you can see some smoke rising from some of these small huts of bog rest, and you can see the straw roofs of some of the buildings within. Making your way along that long boardwalk on the north side of town to arrive back here.
What do you think, Mr. Burberry is gonna make out of your, catch this time, Draven?
Well, hopefully he'll make dinner out of it.
I think Marta's dragged us off of the screen again.
Did I flung myself last session?
You're welcome to have some too if you want to.
Oh, no, you can help yourself to the whole thing.
Alligator tastes good. Alligator.
No, I'll take some.
Yeah, alligator's good. You gotta try this. Alligator bites. They're nice.
I mean, it's no leech, so I mean, it shouldn't be that bad.
It's free
Oh.
food. We earned it.
How long was that in the water? Do we remember how long we left that there?
It's about a day.
Left it there for a long time. That's probably more honesty, but it's still good. Maybe
It was a decent amount of time, yes.
cold. Maybe the swamp was cold. No, we'll check for maggots and stuff like that. We'll be fine.
Witch is gonna slump down in the stool and then just toss the gold on the counter without saying anything.
Almost bothered.
Elias just kind of looks a little bit bewildered by the large alligator that you drag in across the wood through the door and just, oh, well, I suppose you lot have gone hunting then.
You didn't mean to, but yeah.
Yeah, well, a little bit of hunting, a little bit of being hunted.
Quite thrilling.
Well, it's been a little bit of time since I've cooked up a gator, but I do know how to prepare it.
Yes, with your accent, I thought you would.
What's that?
Oh, great.
Nothing.
No.
Continue.
Say it louder, Draven. Let him hear what you have to say.
Oh, you know,
Keep
I
your
just
chest.
assumed that a swamp folk would know how to prepare gator.
Indeed. It's not often that we get one lying on our table here.
Welcome.
And he's going to pull out a large knife from a drawer on his tables.
I got an axe that will help at all.
He's going to get to work sort of cutting away as you guys take a seat at the bar.
Butcher the meat for them, but if you would, please save the organs for me.
Well, it's a bit of an odd request, but you did have me cooking up leeches earlier, so I suppose I can do it.
This means more meat for us.
Oh, you know what? Hold up. I want the head. Can I get that head? Yeah, let me get that head. New headpiece.
I like how scared he looks backing away.
There you go. Don't mind
Where are
me.
you gonna put this one, Moros? You're gonna turn into like a
I'm not sure
shoulder
yet.
pad?
I'm not sure if I can even fit my head inside this head, but like we're gonna find out.
Yeah, at some point you're gonna have to start counting this as weight for her inventory.
Oh god.
She's just gonna keep collecting away.
Yeah, I think this after this session, I might be doing a bit of inventory management for you, Marcos.
I'm orc strong.
You gotta update your character art like every session that you gain a new piece of animal equipment.
This is
Could
new.
we Do you think we could bring it to a smith and have them make some kind of bone armor out of it?
Bone armor. We're gonna find. We have to go
Well-
to the city, so we're
Well,
gonna find out
Altaria
real
might have
fast.
some
Cool.
skilled blacksmiths, so you never know. I know some blacksmiths back in my home could probably do something like that, so I'd assume Altaria is not much different.
Bit of a long walk.
Is there any different kind of transportation around here besides walking?
Oh,
Well, I
maybe not out here.
Suppose you could get a little rowboat if you wanted to paddle around the bayou.
Hmm.
You know of any carriages any carriage services in the area?
Around these parts, not so, my friend. Gonna have a hard time finding a carriage that can go across these boardwalks.
Or what about in nearby towns?
Well, it's a bit of walking all the way to the east. There is a rest stop on the way, though. But you folk came from that direction, didn't you?
Yeah,
Eh.
but
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, north is just a very large stretch of forest. Even after you leave the swamp.
well, maybe we'll go back the way we came, and who knows? Maybe there's someone who might be passing by who can hitch a ride with.
Could have stole some horses.
No,
Seemed like there
now
were
you
more
approve of stealing?
Oh yeah. Oh, sir, did you hear about this crazy rumor that was going around of people stealing stuff from people we love?
Witz is gonna cast message to Murdos and just say, "Shut."
Wits, why don't you tell the story, Wits?
I don't know what
It's
you're
a
talking
wonderful story. It's a wonderful story, sir.
about. I don't know what you're talking about, Mardos.
I'm afraid I'm a little confused myself.
Yeah.
It's okay, sir. Things
Maybe,
happen.
maybe she needs a drink. I know I do.
Well, I can provide.
I would love a drink.
Right away. All right, he'll give you your usuals. He knows your orders by now.
Yeah, Witz already has a gold on the counter, so.
Oh, and dinner for me, please.
You want some of the gator?
Okay, if there's not anything else prepared, I guess.
Well, we always have a bit of fish, but I can make up a nice dish of this gator here, if you're interested.
Okay, sure.
All right.
Just gonna be
Sorry,
like no
Mardos.
chicken. Just
Yeah, we
gave
just
me
like
ass
chicken.
chicken.
Look at the bright side. At least you don't have to eat any organs. Raven's got that covered.
All right. Elias gets you to your drinks and then gets to work making a gator gumbo.
Excellent.
And he plops some of the organs out as he carves away a little plate next to it. Welcome, DJ. And if you have nothing else to say, then he will just kind of quietly work away. You hear just kind of every once in a while the snap of a bone or a little bit of loud squelching. But before too long, the inn is sort of filled with a far spicier aroma as he begins to cook. And before long, he's got some bowls of gator gumbo sitting out in front of you. And then he just kind of places the plate of organs in front of you, Draven, and just says, well, not exactly sure what you wanted me to do with this, but here you are.
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you.
All right, then.
Draven's just gonna dig into the organs, like, just pick up the liver and just tear into it with his mouth.
Witz is gonna pour the rest of his drink into the flask and then call over to Elias. Hey, Elias, you got anything stronger?
Well, we got some whiskey.
All right, I'll take some of that.
All right, he gets to work. and prepares some whiskey for you. He's gonna pour it into a glass, and hand it to you.
Watch out, yeah. Another gold?
Another gold piece.
Which will toss another gold out. And then after he'll down the whiskey.
You know, the climate in this place is terrible, but the wildlife is quite delicious.
Oh, Drake. Is a delight.
Not a fan of the humidity, eh?
No.
A lot different from what I'm used to.
I see. Can be a bit of a nightmare for the longer-haired folk.
Indeed.
Actually, funny about driving. I've only ever known cold and ice, so this is definitely a change for me.
Yeah, cold weather is much more preferable.
I'd say.
What are you up to, Sybil?
Oh, I just momentarily moved away from Draven while he was eating liver with his bare hands. But she's a bit more comfortable over here now, I guess.
Okay, I thought you were going to do something, but good RP.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh,
go for it. Witch will wave his hand over her eyes. Oh, you gonna have another whiskey?
Yeah, just coming right up.
Just want to make sure I spend all that gold I got from the.
Oh my god.
Here you are, sir.
Draven looks up with like a half-eaten heart in his hand and like blood kind of smeared around his mouth a bit to Sybil. Are you sure you don't want any of the organs? They're quite delicious.
I'm okay, thank you.
I'll Draven. We've all had it a little rough today. I just leave it alone.
Alright, just trying to share.
And Witch will down his shot of whiskey.
Sentiments appreciated.
All right. So Witz, you poured the first drink he gave you, which was what, just Swamp Swell?
Yeah.
The ale into your flask, and then you're just drinking the toad oil whiskey.
Yeah.
All right.
And then once Witch finishes up eating, he's gonna call for last. All right, maybe one more.
Alrighty then. Here you are.
Yes. And he drinks this one too.
Thank you for your patronage. All right. That was what, three shots. Make a con save for me.
I just want you to know I was just gonna keep taking it until you maybe roll a con save. 19.
All right. You're doing all right then. A little bit lightheaded, a little bit tipsy, but you're all right. So Elias has served you your meals. Traven has consumed his. But the rest of you have your gator gumbo to dig into as the hour begins to grow a little later.
Wits,
Yeah.
are you getting drunk tonight, or are we doing the job?
Which is gonna cast message. We'll talk about this later tonight.
Draven just says back, alright. Well, everyone, I'm getting quite tired. Full belly, long day, fighting, all of that. I think I'm going to retire for now.
I think I'm going to do the same.
Oh,
While Draven's walking away, Witch is gonna cast message to him again and say, when everyone else goes to sleep, come back, come meet me down here.
Understood.
All right. Draven makes his way upstairs. It is getting pretty late. The rest of you can decide to head up whenever you want.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna follow up after him.
Wits is gonna come over and sit at this table over here and open up his little book.
All right. Anything in particular you're doing?
Nope, just looking through spell book.
All right. Martos, what are you up to?
How late is it?
Well, by the time you guys got back, I said around 8, and then you ate and have been kind of drinking for a bit. So 9:30, 10. It's dark outside now.
I'm just gonna slowly sip all my drinks and just wait.
All right. Then, with each of you, just sort of, what about the two of you upstairs? Anything in particular that you're doing?
I was going to go up here and investigate the grape staff that Mardos gave me.
In any particular way, or just taking a peek at it?
Maybe I can just take a peek at it, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, Draven's just lying in bed, trying to pretend to be asleep and just waiting for Sybil to finish what she's doing.
So, what does the staff look like? Does Sybil notice anything about it in particular?
So it is made of sort of this gnarled, long branch. And it kind of is about your height in length. And the very end of it, sort of the top of the staff, has a light bend to it, where these vines that kind of begin to wrap around it in the top half come to the leaves, and they sort of bend over gently. And at the end of the bend is this small bunch of purple grapes.
Can I try using Shillelagh on this?
Mhm.
Just activate it, not hit anything.
It works.
It doesn't do anything particular? Okay.
Nothing specific, but it does glow like your other staff did.
Okay.
From that, you surmise that it may be a some form of druidic staff.
If I equip this, will it modify my current quarterstaff?
Your current quarterstaff is just a stick, so you can swap it out.
Okay. So I guess I'll do that.
You don't need to change anything in your inventory. When you figure out what exactly it is, I'll give it to you.
Okay. I'm just curious. Oh no. 1 second, I need to unmute. Or mute.
One second. All right. Yeah, that's correct, Drew. When we level up here, we just you don't get all your health back or anything. You just stay at what you're at, but you gain sort of the upper limit on your health, and just gain any of the new abilities, but you don't get back anything that you would get back from like long rest stuff. Still gotta wait. So Martos and Wits, who are both downstairs, I'm assuming eventually Sybil will probably finish up looking at these staff. I'll make her do a little Arcana check when she gets back, but we'll assume that she eventually rolls over to go to sleep. But the two downstairs, both of you are waiting for something, but I don't know who will do something first. So
We're just
That's-
awkwardly glancing at each other. Are you gone
So-
yet? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's up to you guys as to who will do something first.
How late is it now? I need to get late so I can do
Well, as long as both of you are waiting, it will progress well past 10 into 11.
Well, before that, Witz is
It's-
gonna whistle to Mardos and nod his head to kind of come over.
Oh, man, I got shit planned. What up, Wits?
And then Witz is gonna close this book and kind of put it away. And as he's doing it, he's gonna be like, "Well, I'm guessing I know what you want to do based on how vocally you expressed how much you wanted to get rid of that other merchant."
It's one word. For...
What are you talking about? Keep your fucking voice down.
Which is just gonna kind of sigh and be like, "Look, I'm waiting because Draven still wants to go steal that merchant's badge, but
You
I don't
stupid
want to.
motherfuckers.
But I don't want to. All right, he wants to. That's what I was gonna talk to him about tonight."
So what if, and hear me out, we kill the bitch. Not my bitch. That's my bitch. We kill cat bitch. And we still get everything we needed. Win-win situation.
Well, then well, two things. One, we are a little roughed up from the last battle, so we're not at full strength. And two, that means that whenever we leave, we're likely gonna have to be leaving quickly, as opposed to if we do nothing, then we can leave quite peacefully tomorrow morning. So that's up to you.
Time is it, DM?
What's up?
What time is it?
Maybe about 10.
Mm.
It's dark out.
Well, Wits, all I know is about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I'm gonna have to take a massive shit, and I will be gone, and I'll probably come back a little fucked up. So if you were there, that would be great. If not, I was taking a poop, and that's why I was not here.
Which is just gonna kind of take a second and then sigh.
So do you have
Maybe
a
like-
parchment and paper? I need a quill and paper real fast too.
Which is just gonna another sigh, and then he's just gonna tear out a page of his spell book and then hand her the quill of the studio scribe.
Oh, thank you so much. Great chatting. Do not steal from my fucking blueberry.
I already told you I'm not gonna.
Don't fucking let Draven do it either. I'm holding you accountable.
You want Draven to help you with your excursion tonight?
Well, why do you think I got the parchment paper for? Alright? I gotta write a nice little note now explaining what the fuck has happened. And why I will be gone tomorrow and never be seen again.
To Draven? Or to
Not to
your
Draven. Fuck Draven.
blueberry?
It's my blue bear.
Alright, alright.
Draven, I'm gonna roll a Constitution check to see if he actually stays awake or if he just falls asleep while Sybil's looking at her new staff.
You can if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's a good DC. Put it at DC 15 because he's pretty tired.
It's
Is
reasonable.
that cool?
Yep.
Okay.
He could pass the fuck out.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
You,
Draven just falls
Oh
asleep.
no.
You struggle a little bit. You do that thing where you kind of nod off for a second, then shake your head awake. But eventually, sleep takes you.
While Mardos is writing her letter, which is gonna cast message to her. Fine, I'll help you. But I'm gonna go check up and see if Draven's awake or not, and see if he wants to help too.
Good man.
Roll stuff check.
All right. Not bad.
Hell, fucking yeah.
Took his shoes off, just tiptoeing in his socks.
Which is gonna peek in to see if Draven's asleep or not.
He's sort of rolled over, facing the wall. Looks like he's sleeping.
Right. Then Which is gonna kind of close the door and head back down. He's out like a light. I guess it's just us.
How the fuck is he gonna be sleeping?
I don't know. Some must be something with them alligator organs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's like
probably a good
turkey.
idea.
All right. So Elias is just kind of bustling about. He's kind of been cleaning as you guys have been sitting around and waiting. Yeah, so he's just sort of taking care of last little things.
I'm back like I'm going to bed. Alright, good night, Wits.
Night.
And then I'm just gonna sit at the top of the staircase waiting until Poison and Goliath goes to bed. Just leave. He can't see that I leave.
He finishes sort of cleaning and fixing everything up, preparing kind of for the next morning. And then comes over to you, Wits, and says, is there anything else you needed?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm gonna be a little late heading to bed. I got a few things I need to work on here.
He kind of just looks at the spell book that you got open. Well, that seems mighty complicated. I don't think I'll be much help to you. Listen, I gotta head back and grab some things from the house. I'm gonna lock up. Won't be gone too long.
Right. Wits is just gonna wait here until
Click.
I guess until he comes back or Mardos comes back down or whatever comes first.
Well, Martos, you would notice that he leaves.
What time is it?
10:30, 11.
Oh,
It's definitely quite dark,
what
right?
up? What up, Wits? Do you think Jellycap's awake still?
Well, whenever Draven and I went on excursion the other night, he was around this time, so I'd assume so. I don't know if he actually goes to sleep at night. I'm pretty sure he has night patrols.
What if, you hear me out, we go in there, right? We go kill the cat. I bust out of the room like, Jellycap, help! And
Well,
we make it look like the cat attacked us. You think Jellycat would just straight murder him, or are they gonna take him for questioning?
considering he's a resident of the town and we're not, I feel like he wouldn't side with us immediately. I think it'd be better if we
How
try
much
to.
time with Jellycat?
Yeah, I know, but I think that cat's been there a lot longer than we have. But I think maybe it'd be better if we can kind of distract him. Wow. I got a good look at the guy. He's probably pretty quick, but I don't know if he could really handle your strength. So maybe if you think you can handle him yourself, I can just distract Jellycat. Unless if you don't think you can. To which
I think I definitely could, but if it all goes sour, we would have to leave immediately, like immediately. I would have to get Draven and Sybil, so I'll probably come after them next if we get away.
well, you see, this is why I was opposed to it at first. Because if we did nothing, we could leave peacefully tomorrow. No one know a
I
thing.
can't let him live.
Well, I think either I distract him with an illusion or I distract him myself. Whatever will keep him busy longer. But if he finds out, we got to go now, and that won't be good for the party.
How does your little magic work with the messages?
With messages?
Yeah, how does your little magic work?
Well, if I see them, or if they're at least not obscured too much and I know who they are, then I can use it.
Well, we're fucked. They're fucked.
What was your plan?
We get their asses out so we don't have to come back. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to come back to the tavern, get in here, get their asses up and run.
Yeah, probably not. Plus, they wouldn't be too fond of us anyway.
I feel like they can hold their own. I feel like they got this. They can jump out the window. I'll leave a note. I'll leave a note for them so they know what's happening. Hold on.
But
I
you
need
do
another-
realize
I
that
need
we are
another
pretty
paper.
roughed up from fighting today.
I don't know about you. I feel great.
Well, I don't know if I want to speak for them, but I'm willing to bet that they don't feel all that great.
They definitely don't feel great. I'll leave a note. I'll let them know. Well, yeah.
I think best case scenario, I try to distract Jellycat because I think you can handle them on your own, or at least I hope so.
I'll guard the door so you can't bust through the door, and you just.
Or you could create some
thing.
kind of signal so that I know you're in trouble.
What, you want me to like howl or something? Like a little. That was a horrible bird. You want me to make a bird noise? Like what? How will
Well,
I signal you and not get Jellycap's attention?
That does make a good point.
Keep your ears. Just you'll know. I'll figure something out in the midst of all the chaos.
Okay, but with how skinny he kind of looked compared to you, I think you got him.
You'll break him like he's probably fast. I feel like cats are fast.
Yeah, they're pretty fast, but I mean, you know, if you can hit him, you'll hit him, and it probably would be a pretty devastating blow. Although I'd still be careful though. He is a shifty one, so he probably has a few tricks up his sleeve.
Just
So I'd be
hit him with
wary
shit
of
gun.
poison and such. Of
I can
course,
handle
if
that.
you really want, maybe we can go wake up Draven.
I've never woke. You think you'd help us still? I'm gonna wake him up. Fuck it. I'm waking up Sybil. Everyone's getting woken up today. Everyone's coming for this. Hold on. Do you think Sybil will disagree with us
I think
on
she will.
murder? Hold on. I got an idea. I'm gonna head up your ass. If you hear screaming, come save me.
From our own party.
All right, Martos. You make your way back up the stairs to the top floor of the inn.
Alright, stealth check this. Please fucking be good. Oh, fuck!
Just stomping your feet.
Hoping for an RP standpoint.
Kicks the door open. Javen, you're definitely awake. And Sybil, you are as well.
What's going on?
Shh. Just gonna molest her face a little bit. Shh. You want to murder. We're sleeping. And you want to murder an evil little cat.
What?
Shh.
I don't want to kill a cat.
You were sleeping. You were sleeping.
What?
I'm still molesting your face throughout all of this. You are sleeping. And you want to
What?
murder a cat.
What's going on? Why do you want to kill a cat?
Because the cat wants to kill my blueberry.
How's a cat gonna kill my Curie?
Shh, just come. You're gonna want to be here for this. It's gonna be amazing. Just watch. There's fireworks and shit. Come on. Just come.
What are you?
Just come on. Grabbing your shirt now. Come on.
Hang on. Martos, what exactly are you trying to convince Sybil? Out of character.
I don't care. I was hoping to sneak in here and as she's sleeping, just whisper in her ear like, "You want to murder this cat."
Like
And just
subliminal?
put it in her head. Yeah, like subliminal.
Inception.
You were literally
not
trying
work.
to kill a random cat because she
It
has
did not
never
work.
seen this guy.
I was trying to clarify, you're not trying to convince Sybil that she's still asleep, are you?
No.
Okay.
Marcus
Because
is fully aware she is awake.
that is not going to work on Sybil.
Come, Sybil, come. You are going to be.
I imagine
amazed
you're just
by this. No.
grabbing her shirt.
I am just having like, come the fuck. We got this. You're gonna be amazed by this. It's gonna be amazing. Just
And
wait.
Draven's already down
I-
here.
Yeah,
I don't
James.
think it's going to be.
Here he knows what's up. He probably woke up like, oh.
No,
I
there's
forgot.
fireworks and shit. There's fireworks. You're gonna love it.
Are you going to set a cat on fire?
No, you'll see. There's fireworks.
when Wit sees them come downstairs, sees Sybil, and
Like,
he
Draven's
just kind
probably
of
ahead of us.
sighs and just puts his like face palms.
Yeah, Draven will be ahead just by a little bit.
oh,
Um,
Draven, you trying to kill a cat too? Are you sleeping? Kill a cat. You want to kill a cat? This will be fun. Don't worry about it, guys. Let's go. Side
so
quest.
as you're approaching saying that, Draven would probably be just finishing up saying the wits. So are we doing the job?
Well, the job has changed apparently because of this
We're
loud
killing
hassle.
a cat.
Oh god, I thought you were in the bedroom sleeping.
You hear me stomp up there?
Yes, I thought you were finally tired and retiring to your bed.
Not yet. I got
I
murdered
was
on my plane.
going to.
Shh, molest the face again. Shh, you're still sleeping.
What?
Alright.
Sybil's a
Yeah.
little out of it right now. It's okay, Sybil. I got you. Don't worry about this.
So are we all going to rob the house? Is that the new plan? All of us
We're
together?
going to murder. What is your plan of robbing? There is no robbing. I mean, there's
With
robbing
the-
after the murder, but who do you think we're murdering? And who do you
Mr.
think we're robbing?
slams his spellbook closed and was like, "All right, look, we were gonna go kill that shifty figure, High Noon, which I'm still mostly opposed to, but
He agrees with me. We're gonna
if we
kill him.
wanna go do it and likely compromise our peaceful stay here, then I guess we can
It
go
was
for
a
it."
great. I already wrote a cute little note to my blueberry explaining everything that has happened, and it'll be great.
What?
Listen, the only thing about that is we're all a bit wounded now and could use a long rest. If we kill him, we'll have to
I
leave
won't have
town immediately.
I won't have a chance to kill him in the morning. I could kill him in the morning. We can make a whole scene of it. It'd be amazing. But
Mardos. It
I don't
sounds like
wanna-
a bad idea.
Yeah, Mardos, I think we should remain peaceful while we are able to.
oh no, y'all! I guess we should all go to bed now.
I don't want to leave town with the
I'm rolling an
reputation
insight
of
check.
being a.
To
you
be
know she's
clear-
going to murder.
Sybil, there really aren't that many people in this town. Your reputation probably won't spread far.
Brandon, your reputation
But
is
they're
probably the
nice
best out of all of
people.
us. They are nice people, except for one. One has to die. So sad, so tragic.
Oh my. What did he do that's deserving of us vigilante murdering him?
Mardos, would you rather sleep here in this nice comfortable inn or have to go sleep out in the swamp in a tent? Because that's what we're deciding upon right now.
What time is it?
Like 11:30.
I have to poop.
What?
This abruptly stops the conversation.
When you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have to.
I don't think we need a deception check on that. I think just anyone who feels their character would be deceived by that can be deceived by that. But
Well, not Witch, because she said that she was going to pretend to go do that anyway.
yeah, Wits, you know exactly what she's doing. But I think it's within reasonable doubt that anyone could tell what she's going to do without any sort of insight check.
All right. Well, she's
Gotta roll
about to,
higher
she's going right now to kill him. So are we gonna go help her, or are we just gonna ignore it?
It's a tough choice, really.
We can't stop her.
Hold on, I'm back. I left my note. Okay, thank you. Excuse me, guys.
Mardos, are you? And then before you can finish,
Still have to poop. Bye.
Ah, fine. Let's go. Gonna burn another town that I can't go back to.
Oh my god. This is a. Ritz, are
yeah.
you doing this?
Well, I don't think I got a choice anymore.
Okay.
There's something that we need to clarify as you're leaving. Martos came and wrenched you all out of bed. I'm assuming that you all don't wear your armor and your clothing and all of your sacks to bed. So I'm assuming that you put some of it down and that you didn't gather it all up before you went downstairs.
Not Wits. He never went to bed.
Wits did not go to bed, correct, yes. But the rest of you, and maybe not Martos, but Draven and Sybil, I would be reasonable to assume that you might have at least some things left up there.
I think Sybil's the
Yeah.
only one who went to bed with the intention of sleeping.
I think Draven like always keeps his dagger strapped to him, but I don't think he would have like his rapier and shield and everything like all geared up.
Hmm.
Probably not even his leather armor as well.
Okay.
I don't need armor.
I
Just kidding, I do. I just don't have any.
All right.
Listen, so are we planning on leaving immediately after we kill him, or what's the plan?
Well, if we can do it without Jellycat finding out, then we can come back in a draw at night and leave early in the morning. But if he does find out, then we
I
got,
think Jellycap's gonna find out.
Well, not if one of us distracts him. After all, we've taken out many other enemies. I'm sure 3 versus 1 can easily win against that cat.
Well, I just need to know so I can gather my belongings if we plan on making a quick exit.
Well,
Good
we might
point.
have to, but I don't know.
How much
Sibyl, you
time is it
wanna-
gonna take us to run up the stairs? Do you think she's gonna make it there and like have a knife in him?
Oh.
Listen, I can do this quickly. Sybil, what did you leave behind?
I think everything. She literally dragged Sybil down the stairs in her pajamas, practically.
Alright, Draven's... I'm gonna cast Longstride on myself. My movement speed's like 45 feet right now. I'm just gonna turn around and just run as fast as I can. Back upstairs and
Better
grab all
hurry.
of our stuff.
Marto's got the great axe out already. She's already
All
going
right.
for the kill.
The others, are you waiting for him to return? Or are you heading off?
Wits is gonna try to catch up the Marto so she doesn't go and try to do it by herself and recklessly.
Okay, Sybil.
Yeah, I'm probably heading with them.
Okay. Then heading back out. Into the night. Martos, some of the boardwalks are kind of illuminated with this dim orange glow from the lanterns. So you don't have that hard of a time seeing the path forward. As you make your way through the night air towards the southern square in the town.
I got a little pep in my step, doing a little dance as I'm walking down the boardwalk. Like, this is gonna be a great time.
Wits will whistle at her, and then to get her attention, and then cast a message. Oi, come back here. We can make a plan and do this much better than you running in there and just hitting them.
I think my plan was great.
Well, cast message again. Your plan means we'll have to leave right after you do it.
I mean, what other plan is there? Murders people. We have to move. You ever murdered somebody before?
And then now that she's close enough, Sybil has no idea what's going on until suddenly, we continue our conversation. Yes, I have, and I've hardly been caught if you do it right.
It will be messy.
Just wait for Draven to come back, and then we'll make a plan.
What time is it? Hold on. What would I have to roll? Perception? I'm gonna try to listen in on this door. See if I hear a Jellycap in there.
Yeah, sure. Perception. You hear silence.
Either knocked out or he's out and about.
I'm on
He's
about
out
and
and
about.
about.
He's probably out and about. Yeah.
He's definitely out and
He does
about.
night patrols after all.
Well, Jellycat, kill you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Does Draven make it back by now?
Yeah, by now he's kind of running to catch up, so he
Listen, I've got all of our belongings, so ready when you are.
Thank you.
Not quite equipped yet. If we need to take a moment longer, I can do that.
Oh, get equipped.
Well, while
Well,
you do that, I think our best bet is if Sibyl goes and distracts Jellycat with more questions, and while she's doing that, we can all go in there and try to take care of him real quick.
We have to keep him quiet. Do we have a way to keep him quiet?
Yeah,
None? Nothing?
no.
Well,
Alright, I'll go for the face.
Where are we going after this?
We are
Well, if-
hauling ass.
if Jellycat doesn't catch us, we're gonna
Where
come
are
back and
we?
go to sleep.
Pulling ass, Mardos.
This is like a 20% chance this comes out okay, and I'm not good with chances. Therefore, it's not gonna go. You know we have to run. Just run. We'll all meet up somewhere else. Just run.
All right. Well, if we do have to run, we need to go back where we came from, towards the east.
Holy
You do?
law
Where are we at?
authorities aren't here. Gosh.
Where were
Do you
we
think
at?
we're going to be able to?
Well, we need to go to Hanatoraria next, so
You
that's
do?
to the east. So
I don't know where the fuck we're going.
maybe just try to head east if things go south. But I say
Good one.
maybe
So head east and then go south.
I'm a slow runner, so someone will be in front of me. I'll
Maybe
just follow
okay.
the-
Maybe we
fine.
can. Maybe we can head back from where we originally came, and camp out somewhere, and then hitch a ride tomorrow morning, or just walk down the road ourselves and try to make our way to that general area. I don't know. But just running off in all directions in the swamp is not going to work, Marcus. We're going to get eaten.
We're running off in the general direction that we need to all meet up at. It would be great.
look.
Promise.
If we make quick work of this, we can put the body back in his bed and then come back here and pretend nothing ever happened.
Like he fell, got a concussion. Fell on a lot
Yeah,
of
with the
pointy things.
blade in his stomach.
With a lot of pointy things. He fell on his little, murder trap. It'll be fine.
They're
Alright.
100% going to know it's us, though. Like,
Well, that's why we have to hope they don't find out.
Blueberry
until-
would definitely know.
until
they
after we leave.
anyone from this town who takes one look at a corpse that Mardos, you, and Draven have got to is immediately going to be able to tell exactly what happened, though. Like, you realize that, right?
Well, maybe we can just whenever we kill him, we can put him back in bed, and then Draven can lock the door behind him.
For the audience's benefit, previously on Whispers in the Woods, they did outright tell a member of town that they were possibly planning to murder somebody.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
I straight up told Blueberry I was gonna murder him.
Look,
Yeah,
well,
listen, what if we don't just, leave the body? We could just cut it up into pieces and drop it in the swamp. Surely the alligators would eat it.
well, if there are alligators around here, then that's where Jellycat would be fighting them off.
Yeah, so just,
We don't kill it!
bag up the body and take it out west.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it'd be a little easier if we kill him, put him back in bed, and then you can use the tools I got you to lock the door behind you. That way, no one just wanders in before we leave.
Alright.
After all, if they find out while we're gone, then what are they gonna do about it? All right. So is that the plan? Does everyone
Kill
agree?
him,
I'm with
lock
it,
the
as long as
room,
I'm-
leave.
All right. All right. So Bill, maybe you can go in first and try to distract Jellycat.
I hope he'll accept any excuse I have for interrupting him in the middle of the night.
Well, Draven and I have done it once before. He can do it again.
Yes, he's quite foolish. You can literally talk about anything and he'll be distracted.
Hmm. Okay. Well, good luck. Hopefully we don't get in too much trouble with the non-existent freaking law out here.
All right, so Sybil, you progress along the boardwalk before everybody else. And
Gave myself a little boot because I got Long Strider on.
gotcha. Do it on the next screen too.
Okay.
So, I have to mute for like a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. So progressing along the boardwalk, Sybil, you begin to see the silhouette and then the shape and then the form of Jellycap as he sort of lumbers his way along the boardwalk.
Mm. Okay, here goes nothing.
As he turns around the side of the boardwalk here, he sees you and says, "Ah, what are you doing out so late, little one?"
I had bad insomnia. Came out for a midnight walk, I guess.
I see. You should be cautious. The swamp can be perilous at night.
Definitely perilous. Yeah.
That is going to
Indeed,
require some
souls.
stealth rolls, my friends. These boardwalks are creaky. You don't get away with that scot-free.
No.
Oh no, Draven.
Draven of all people.
Oh.
Your friends, do they also have insomnia?
Among other problems.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jellycap.
they have a lot of problems.
Oh,
Draven's just
Jellycap. I have a question.
standing on a barrel right now.
We look suspicious as fuck. Oh, Sybil, do you saw the grapevine? Maybe Jellycap knows something about that.
What?
The staff, the grape staff. We found a grape staff, Jellycap. We don't know, is it a normal staff? Does it give us grape juice? What does it do? Can you help us, Jelly?
Are you showing it to him, Sybil?
Yep. Here's the staff in question. Ardos found it when we went to take care of the assassins that had, at the camp in the shrine west of here.
I see. I am afraid I am not able to tell you what it is. But he sort of takes it slightly with one sort of large mushroomy mitten hand and holds it for a moment and says, although the Wild Father seems to channel through this, you should keep this on hand, little one.
Really? Thank you.
Wits is.
I'll do so.
Can I cast minor illusion like through this tree right here?
Is there any sort of...
You need line of sight, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's what
I was reading it.
What
and
does the
it's-
spell say?
I was trying to read it, but wasn't clear. It doesn't say anything about line of sight.
It literally just says within range.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if that's the case, then on this tile right here, I would like to cast minor illusion to make the sound of like a bunch of loud sticks breaking.
All right. Sybil, you see Jellycup kind of snap to attention, and then say, "I must investigate, little one.
Hell is that?
If
Okay.
you would not mind
Sorry, I'll
moving."
get out of your way.
Oh. Sorry,
And
Jellycup.
then
Fuck.
Witch is gonna cast message to Sybil. Try to keep him in there while we're doing the job.
Fucking move on.
What's in here?
So he is now fully within the trunk of the tree. So you cannot see him at the moment. You three.
I'm just gonna casually walk in this bitch.
It's locked.
Do I need?
Give me my fucking axe.
Oh no, no. Draven
okay.
literally has a tool specifically for the situation.
Literally has it in here, just ready.
I mean, she can chop it if she wants, whatever her character would do.
I'll definitely chop it. If I was stopped.
Alright.
Draven, pick it at.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you
Yeah.
guys can't protest when she begins to swing back. But
Oh yeah, definitely
Yeah.
stop.
Oh wait, that'd be pretty loud, Montes.
Still holding it over my head. So I want to get it unlocked before I lose my calmness.
Which just kind of like puts his hand on like the top of the axe. He's like, no, don't worry, it's fine. Draven can open it.
Can't even reach the top
Sure
of the
that-
axe.
Save it from him. Save it for the guy.
is that a nat one, David?
It's a nat one, dude.
Alright.
Oh.
One of the lockpicks snaps off in the lock.
Can I smash it now?
All right, wait.
Let-
I
let
have
me
an
do the
idea then.
walk first.
I have an idea then. Which is gonna back up over here, and then he's like, right as I do this, hit it. All right.
Bet.
All right.
Do I need to make a stealth check to climb onto the roof, or am I just using my current one?
Since something drastic has changed in the situation with him being distracted, I would say you can make a new one. If nothing had changed, then I would say keep the same one. But since he has sort of his state, the person you're trying to hide from has changed, I would say you can make a new one.
Oh my god, dude, my rolls are
I didn't-
so
Oh my
bad.
god! Oh my fuck! Oh my
Um,
god!
you one of the branches that's kind of holding up the straw just kind of snaps with a loud crack.
Oh,
Listen, if we're doing this, we just need to go ahead and do
it's
it.
time to smack the fucking thing. It's time to smack it.
Which, like, can Witch quickly cast another minor illusion in here of the same thing?
He is
I'll
responding
smack
to the current thing. Excuse me, little one.
Oh god, I'm smacking it. I'm smacking it.
I want to jump down the chimney if I may
Imagine
do that.
Am I aware he's coming? Did I hear them talk?
Did I even put a fireplace in this place?
Perception.
Just
I
pop
didn't
me
hear
out
it. I'm
somewhere.
chopping it. I'm chopping.
Okay, a bunch of different things need to happen at once. Hang on, one sec.
Oh my god.
This is
This
okay,
quickly?
let's pretend there's a fireplace in here.
Oh
I
god.
think I can
It's fine.
safely say we all think on a different wavelength.
Here you go. A new fireplace. You're welcome, High Noon.
Oh, this is shit quicker than I thought
Okay.
it would.
Draven shouldn't have too much issue getting down it. It's maybe a little bit of a tight fit. So you're not just going to fall straight. You're going to kind of catch and have to squirm your way down it.
You scrawny boy.
He's
You got
Santa.
Martos,
it. Axe in hand.
are you chopping at the lock or the door?
With that perception I just rolled, did I hear the commotion of Jellycat and Sybil? Do I know Jellycat's coming?
You wouldn't really have to make a perception. He's a loud boy, and you can just see him now.
Okay, I put down. Put axe. Drop axe on the floor. Blitz,
Drop it on the ground.
Blitz, do something. I'm panicking.
Wow,
I'm
where'd
panicking,
this-
Blitz.
Where'd this axe come from?
This is so strange. Y'all see this?
Oh yeah, Montes, I think you dropped your axe. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get that for you.
So that's the next step. Now, Jellycalf is leaving the little altar at the center of town. Which were you still going to do the same? Try to repeat the noise?
I guess not. I was doing that with the assumption I could do that quickly, but
Fucking screech. Make a screech. Make a screech somewhere.
These things would kind of be happening relatively simultaneously. Wits, he's leaving, Draven's jumping down the chimney, Martos is dropping her axe, and then you can do something.
okay,
Sybil's
well,
moving out of the way of Jellicat.
if I was
so-
right there, I guess I'd cast minor illusion to make the same noise again, and on like that tile where the actual shrine part is.
Oh god.
All right. Unfortunately,
Oh god.
Mr. Jellicat is a bit of a one-track mind. And the last noise he heard was this one.
Yeah.
Put the axe back. Put the axe back. Who has the axe? Is it still on the floor? What's
Yeah,
up
it's
freaking
on
the fuck
floor.
out? Hey, Jellycat.
I heard a noise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stubbed my toe. Like I fucking look at hook one foot up. Like, I stubbed the fuck
Machos,
out of it.
You dropped your axe. Yeah, that might have been what you heard,
But I
Jellycat.
stubbed my fucking toe. That shit hurt. What was I supposed to do?
I see. And where did your third companion go?
He's
Oh, well.
hunting for some more leashes.
All right, let's insight check that. I see. A midnight snack.
Yeah, he gets quite hungry.
Eat some weird shit. Swamp is probably the best place for him. He just ate a crocodile or alligator, whatever the fuck which one it was, and he's still not satisfied. And you know what the worst part is, Jellycat? He ate the organs, not like the meat part, like the good parts. He ate the organs. The female, he ate some babies. You know what I mean? With probably ate some eggs. If it's a female, he ate that uterus.
God.
Okay.
Wits, kind of tired of trying to do the same straight over and over again, is going to cast Silent Image on that tile right there.
I'm not looking at the right spot right now. One sec. I was just going inside to allow Draven to do something.
It's gonna be this one if you're looking.
One sec. Now I'm looking. Okay, what are you
That
doing?
one. The Silent Image is going to be a crocodile.
All right. About there.
Yeah, there.
Jellycat! Where the fuck is Draven when you need him, Wits? Look, Jellycat, look. Please fucking go.
All right. Jellycat kind of barrels out of the way towards it.
Wits is gonna
Oh,
move
God.
closer so he can try to move it and
Oh,
to
God.
get it to kind of run up the walk this way.
How much can you
Smash the
move it?
fucking door.
I think as long as I'm within range, it can, like, that's why I ran up some. So I'm gonna like, would I be okay if I like followed him with it and got him to, like, got the alligator to kind of go down like here, and then once it goes around the corner, I make it disappear, or I cancel the spell and it disappears.
He is going to be faster than you.
Yeah.
So you might not be able to keep up with him
Well,
since
can't
you're
keep up with them.
gonna be using your action to move it, and he's gonna be sprinting. So
Okay. Well, do you think I could? Do you think I could at least get
Hang on.
the alligator to like here before he gets to it? Like in the water.
one sec. Yeah, so you could kind of move it along, and he's gonna chase it. As you move, Draven will get to what's going on kind of simultaneously in there in a sec.
Yeah, sure thing.
I'm gonna get it to go into the water and then go under like one of these things, and then I'll cancel the spell for it to disappear.
All right. So Jellycat kind of barreled along behind it at top speed. He's quite fast and he rattles the whole boardwalk when he runs. Much faster than you might expect based on how he was lumbering around before. But now he's all the way over here. And he's just kind of looking around, trying to see where the alligator went.
Witch is gonna try to run up behind him and be like, "Oh, did you see where he went?"
Appeared to dive off into the water.
Witch is gonna kind of back off a bit and kind of hide behind Sibyl and then cast Minor Illusion, like here, to make that sound like water is thrashing around.
Ah, indeed. Off into the water. He's actually going to turn back towards you guys. Please refrain from any swimming until morning.
Well, I think
Thank
no
you for the
question you gotta
heads
tell
up,
that to
Jellycat.
Draven.
Oh yeah, he was off hunting leeches, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. We'll
Maybe
probably
we
wait
should
for
go
him to
and
come
find
back.
him.
Yeah.
Indeed. I must resume my patrol.
Okay.
Just gave Jellycat the sensory overload.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I saw your great axe. Did you like break in?
I hit the fuck out of that door.
Were you attacking the door while all that was going on? Sorry.
Yeah, as soon as Jellycat started running, I went for the door to attack it.
Okay. And then the door itself, relatively not the most sturdy of doors. It's an old kind of wooden straw hut. So I would say you'd be able to sort of slash through it and break it apart from one good hit, which you did.
Everything's going around horribly. Man, Jellycat's coming.
All right, then let's take a second to go inside. Because we need to see what Martos sees in there.
This is going horribly.
All right,
Went
so
worse than I thought it could.
peeking down the newly installed fireplace.
Oh wow, it looks awesome.
Draven, you said you went down head first and are just kind of peeking your head out. So you survey High Noon's little shop here. He's sitting on his stool, but kind of leaning with his head in his arms on the counter.
All right. Yeah, I'm just kind of like poking just the edge of my head out so I can see around. Well, I was planning on unlocking the door if there was some kind of switch or something from inside, but about how long until I hear Martos?
I'll give you about 5 minutes. Maybe not truly 5 minutes, but just like a little bit longer. It all depends on what you're doing here.
Yeah, because I was gonna actually send out. Well, actually, let me measure. Yeah, literally perfect distance. I was gonna send out the swarm of bats as a mage hand to function as a mage hand and try to unlock the door if I saw like any type of lever or anything.
All right.
Or is it just like a key door?
It is a key door.
So not like a deadlock type situation.
Not particularly, no.
Okay. Well, In that case, Draven's probably just gonna hide in the chimney for now and just kind of poke his head back in because he was kind of expecting everyone to go in together and do this, and he had to jump in the chimney to hide, and now he's all alone.
All right. Then you hold off for a moment and just kind of survey the shop. You can see kind of High Noon's back kind of rising and falling, breathing slowly as he has kind of his head down on this table here.
Alright, Draven's just gonna, if I can even draw a dagger while I'm in the chimney and just wait.
I'd say maybe you could pull it from your belt into your hand, but your hands would kind of be a little bit at your side, so you couldn't quite get it any further, but you can maybe move it from your belt to your hand.
Okay, so it's being wielded though, so like I got it in my hand. That's
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah, all good. And then you hear a loud crash as Martos comes kind of almost falling through the door as it splinters into pieces. High Noon is going to wake up
Yep. Sounds like you should.
and just, what's going on? As he sort of he sits up with a start and grabs his crossbow and just kind of looks around for a second, then of course focuses on you, Martos. What are you doing?
Well, taking a look, and I happened to fall through the door, which I extremely apologize, sir. I did not mean to fall into that door. It just kind of happened. I'm a
You
little
gotta
fucking
hold on
tipsy.
for a second there, Martos.
I slowly keep talking, walking towards.
He's not gonna let you get that close.
He does
I
have this.
try.
He does have this crossbow sort of leveled at you, and as you kind of begin to take a couple steps towards him, moving from about here-ish to kind of a little bit forward, he says, "All right, not another step."
Oh, it's the axe in my hand, isn't it? It's the axe. I am so sorry. I have
Indeed.
drank so much.
Why don't
Blueberry
you?
doesn't love me. I'm panicking. I'm really fucking sweaty right now. I ate a crocodile. If you ever eaten a crocodile, it's kind of fucking gamey. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really sweaty, sir. I am so sorry. Your floor is gonna have mold on it from my sweat.
Why don't you just put the axe down then?
Can I it's kind of my special axe. Can I not put it on the floor?
Just put it down.
While they're
Can I put it
going back
right
and
here?
forth,
I don't want to put it on the floor. It's a good axe. Unless you can sharpen it, then that'd be great, sir.
This is your last warning.
Steph.
okay, while they're going back and forth, can I just like drop out of the chimney upside down and like throw a dagger as I'm falling?
Oh fuck.
As you're falling,
Oh fuck.
I'd say as you're falling will be a little bit difficult, since you are upside down in a chimney. But you can definitely drop out of the chimney itself.
Yeah, I want to do both.
Okay. Then I'm gonna impose a bit of a penalty on that.
Sure. Disadvantage or?
Yeah, disadvantage to hit.
Okay.
He also is behind cover, so.
Oh shit.
Not bad.
Fuck.
Does a 22 hit?
It does.
Alright, 8 piercing then.
All right. You drop out of the chimney with a large clatter, and as you're doing so, toss your dagger, which embeds itself into his shoulder, and he kind of reels back for a sec, and goes, "What? Who else is there?" Spinning to
Mosquitoes.
look.
Also the swarm. I forgot about that.
True. All right, Martos, you see a swarm of bats, sort of flap their
like
way around
Flying out
him.
the chimney as well.
Oh fuck. Where's Santa?
It's Christmas.
Martos, go now. I have him distracted.
I've never been so happy to see you, Draven!
I'm assuming I probably get shot like at the same time, maybe. something.
Sure.
I figured he had like a ready, like crossbow attack.
Yeah.
to approach him.
He was going to aim it at Martos, and you dropping out of the chimney will flip it over to you.
But can I do like an acrobatics to see if I make or if I like roll like back up, or like should I just like be prone?
I would say you were focusing on throwing the dagger, so I would say you were a little bit distracted. If you hadn't thrown the dagger, maybe you could, but throwing the dagger, I think, would be the focus of your fall.
Gotcha.
So we'll say you land prone.
Sounds good.
And he is going to getting that 20.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Wait.
316
Wait.
no scope, too.
So I am prone. Ranged attack has disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
And he still got a nat 20.
No, but he still did hit you.
Fuck. Okay. Well, that's okay then. That's better.
So he just 360 no scoped you.
Pretty much.
He gets up on the counter, jumps off into the 360 and hits you.
We both just made some sick plays right there. Like definite highlight reel moments.
Yeah, both of you trying to get
Indeed.
the FaZe clan.
All right, Draven, that's going to be 6 piercing.
All right.
And this bolt is going to lodge itself into your shoulder, and it is going to poison you.
Taking one for the team, Draven.
And then you're going to take an additional 4 points of poison damage.
Oh, Draven's dead.
All right. Damage taken.
We didn't level up, I would say yes, but I think we might be fine on this one.
All right, Martos. We'll use that roll, so you hit him.
13 slashing.
You're not raged, so that's just 13 straight. You guys don't get cool combat music for this. This is just citizen murder.
He was a bad citizen. I had to murder.
To be fair, he didn't want to kill.
What would he do to get that badge? We'll never know now.
We didn't know he was gonna kill.
He could,
Plus,
he was already
to
playing
be
on
fair,
stealing.
with
First you steal,
with
and then you
Witz's
murder.
talking to him, he said he doesn't like the business of assassins.
Indeed, he did say that.
You could have talked Martos out of this. Now it's too late.
Okay. I don't think anyone could have.
You could have said he was never gonna murder her. I would have been like,
You just took that as
I
an
would've-
assumption.
I probably would have just like scared him or something. Not straight like we have to murder him.
You would have wanted to anyway. It's just
So
the
would've,
barbarian
but you
character.
wouldn't have. It is. They have murder on the
The class is best at hitting things, not talking their way out of it.
no. See me panic with the door.
All right. Martos, you slash him across the chest and open up a large wound. He is heavily bleeding now.
Fucker.
All right. Back to Draven.
God. Okay. Standing up. That's half my movement, but I got 45 right now, so I can still move 20. I'm gonna draw my rapier, and then rush towards them. Go for a stab.
Straight.
Pokey poke.
Oh, that's how we do it.
Mwah. Mwah.
11 from that, and then the bats.
Oh my god.
16 total piercing.
Oh my god. Please don't.
Jesus Christ.
All right. He is not surviving that. He's
Success.
He is just a merchant. So you stab him through the chest, and he falls to the ground dead.
Was this a little too drastic? Did I go too far?
It's fine, but we really should leave. I planned on locking the door on our way out, but you seem to have destroyed it.
I'm pretty sure Jellycap's coming too. Like, we gotta go fucking now.
Yes, should we grab anything first?
I'm just waiting to see Jay just drop Jellycap token inside.
Oh fuck.
Dre-
I'm panicking.
are there actually potions here?
He would have cleaned up for the night, so no.
Is there anything like there's anything I can just grab within sight? Like I'm not gonna try to pick locks on any chest. or anything like
His crossbow bolt. He does have a backpack lying there.
that. Martos, you take the backpack. I'll take the crossbow.
Grabbing the fucking chest.
The entire chest.
Entire chest. I don't. Wait, is there a lock on it?
There is.
I'm grabbing the whole chest. Yeah.
So there's a rather elaborate lock on it.
Grab this chest. Let's go. Let's go. We gotta go. now.
That's gonna be a strength check. That's a heavy one.
This turned into killing and looting
Really
really
sweet
fast,
time.
didn't it?
I don't know. Oh, I ain't carrying shit. We're smashing it. We're smashing
Oh
it.
my
Smash
God.
it.
Alright, you know what? Fuck it. If she's doing all that, I'm running
Oh,
through his
fuck,
pocket.
run! Run! Time to get out of here! Time to get the fuck out of here! Run!
I told you.
Fuck everything! Run!
A new player has joined the game. Oh my god.
Martos just jump out a window?
Yeah, she must do that shit. She's gone.
Oh no.
She didn't have time.
Jellycap makes his way into the shop as the two of you, as Martos is wrestling with the chest, and Draven as you are looking around for other things to grab. You notice a specific change about Jellycap, as in the gloom of the room, his eyes are glowing red.
No,
Oh god, no, Jellycap, don't
he's
do this.
angry.
And he sort of has to bend down to make it through the door. But he surveys the scene. He is not seen the corpse yet because it is behind the counter.
Hey, Jellycap.
But he does see you two. Draven, who has a crossbow bolt sticking out of his shoulder. And we'll just sort of look at the two of you and just say, explain.
It's really funny how this all happened. I may have had a bit too much to drink. I will not lie. I'm a bit of an alcoholic. I blame Wit. He's getting the better of me. And fucking, I just.
Yes, I was hunting for leeches, and would you believe it? One of them had a crossbow.
I do not believe you.
Well, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna try to take off up the chimney.
I'm taking off through the window. There's not enough time. We gotta go. We gotta go now.
Unless he's doing some kind of reaction thing, I'm getting straight up that chimney.
He will not do any sort of reaction thing, no.
We'll haul in ass.
Friendship ended with Jellycap.
I'm so sorry,
I really didn't
Jellycat.
want to end my friendship with Jellycat.
I'm so sorry,
Can
Jelly.
Wiz and Seville just pretend like we don't know what's going on? Would that work?
Not sure if it's gonna be my.
I don't think it's gonna work.
He's gonna put two and two together though. He's not that stupid.
I don't know. My deception is not that bad.
No, he's.
Ah,
I do not think we're gonna get away.
I see.
You don't see shit, Jelly.
Murder.
You don't see
Oh,
shit,
no.
Jelly. Please, God.
Oh,
No.
God.
You better fucking run.
All right, let's go back outside.
Oh God, no.
Question. Can Wits cast a spell as
So
he's
we're out
coming out?
here.
Sybil and Wits, you would see Jellycap return and head inside, so you have a few moments to do something before he exits. And before the three of the three chaotic group over here do their little escape and Jellycap leaves, the two of you have a moment to do something.
Oh,
All right,
What?
Seville. I don't. I think this is going south. All right. Here, I have an idea. I have an idea.
Relocation.
I have an idea. All right. You start heading down where we came, or like this way, right? I'm going to pretend to be Elias. I'll try to act like I'm trying, like I don't know. We'll figure something out. All right.
I think I'm gonna turn into a rabbit and just freaking bolt.
Yeah.
Get
Just
away
just
from
head
that
down.
spot.
Head down the way we came. We'll meet up somewhere. All right.
Okay.
All right. Witz
Hopefully.
is going to use cast disguise self to turn himself into Elias.
All right, give me 1 second, you two. All right, Sybil,
this has
there's your
gone
rabbit.
horrible.
Deception.
Bye.
Witz, I like how we don't even want to try to help them. We're just like, nah.
We gotta fucking go.
They dragged me into this. I'm an accessory to murder because I'm Marta for the moment.
Okay.
You're actually an accomplice.
Yeah, you hope this did.
True.
You're not an accomplice if you don't get caught. I don't like the ominous anger.
Okay, Sybil, you are long gone.
Buddy fast.
Wits, what are you up to? Just making your way around here, or just walking
Just
up,
visiting
stopping
my
here?
daughter.
I see.
No.
All right, then from over there, Wits, you hear the shattering of a window as Martos dives out the window,
I'm gone.
and then a splash as she lands in the swamp below. And then Draven, you make your way, wriggling your way back up the chimney.
All right.
And so Jellycap remains for 1 moment inside because he walks across to look at what happened.
Yeah, then I'm gonna take
I'm out.
the dash action, and let's see how far I can get.
Mhm.
45 times 2
Oh,
is 90, right?
Yeah, it's 90.
Yeah, so I'm all the way down here.
He's
I just
gone.
jump off the little rooftop, or kind of like, like get myself down, not like full jump, but slide down the front and then
Mhm.
just take off running.
All right, Martos, you're in the swamp.
I'm swimming now.
Yeah, you're below the boardwalk, so
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Oh, hang on, what's your health at, Martos?
Fuck, 15.
Interesting. Okay,
Is
continue.
No.
is it solid underneath the houses, or is it like on stilts?
They're sort of on stilts.
Okay, we're gonna go hide underneath here. I'm below the water. I'm hiding. We're gonna be like right there.
Witz is gonna kind of just come over here just to peek to see, just to keep an eye on where Jellycap is going.
Okay. Eventually you see an irate-looking Jellycap leave High Noon's little hut and begin to sort of look around.
Witz is going to cast Minor Illusion. How far? I'm gonna move up here a bit. Witz is gonna cast Minor Illusion like right there, and it's gonna be the same loud roar that King Taka did.
Okay. From kind of up here-ish.
Yeah, up there.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, yours.
I'm gonna make a little roll to see if to see if Fortuna is on your guys' side or not, okay?
Probably not with how everything else has gone.
That's a hard no.
I don't know. I was about to say. I was about to say it's.
The village.
Oh no!
If you end up killing these people, we are.
We gotta go.
Standing is already shot, but like.
Alright, emerging at the noise of a shattering window from the hut is one Elias Bushbury, who will just kind of look around and be like, Jellycap, what in the world is going on? And Jellycap will say, murderers, and keep hunting. He hears the noise over here and will proceed towards it.
Wits is just trying to scurry down here. He's get away before he sees a second Elias.
Now's the time to haul. I'm just swimming. I'm swimming. I'm gone.
All right. Then making your way south. You're not here.
Somewhere in this.
You're swimming. You're a little bit
Somewhere.
ahead. Sybil would be ahead,
Way ahead.
and so Sybil, you can put yourself wherever you think how far you would go without them. I'll get you your rabbit.
Right now, I'm pretty fast.
He's fucking gone.
Oh god. She's already in the town we came from.
Oh, swim. Okay.
There you go. All right. Followed then by Draven, who is running, and then followed shortly after by. You can control him now, Wits. And then Martos, who is swimming from island to island.
He's hoping for the best here.
Okay.
Draven's like straight up hauling ass. If I catch up to Sybil or see a rabbit hopping ahead, I'm just gonna scoop her up as I go.
Thank
Finally
you.
made it to land. I finally made it to land.
I'm staying as Elias. And I will tell you when I am no longer Elias.
All right. 1 second then. You guys make your way sort of out of town, just moving as quickly as you can. You can kind of see Martos hauling herself back up onto the land, off to your side as you continue to run. And eventually are just sort of the lights of Bogrest fade behind you. And you're now just in the middle of the dark swamp at night.
How is everybody?
Most of you guys have dark vision, so it shouldn't be too hard to just find each other in the dark.
Yeah,
Hey, Jake, can I stop being a rabbit now, real quick?
Yeah, you can actually drag yourself on too, by doing that. So anytime you want to do that, just let me know.
Mardos, I am going to kill you!
And that Jellycat doesn't kill my ass first, alright? Fucking yell at me later. We gotta go.
Martos. Martos, the innkeeper followed us. Quick, dispatch him.
Wait, Martus.
Time.
Wait, no. I just want to tell you, you have my blessing to marry my daughter.
You're lucky I missed that.
I just want to tell you, I want you to marry my daughter.
Both of you,
You're such a
stop.
wonderful woman.
Stop. Wits,
I'm hitting him
stop.
again.
Mardos,
Oh
stop.
shit.
I'm confused.
Please don't tell me which
It's
dies
messing-
here.
It is not the time. It is so not the time right now. Both of you are acting like worse than children.
Martus, are you
Stop it.
actually trying to hit Wits?
Yeah, so I'm kind of upset I rolled a 20.
All right, well, roll that damage then.
How fucked are you on damage? How's your health?
12.
Okay. Ah!
Are you?
I'm sorry.
Alright, you see the innkeeper transform back into Wits as he collapses in a pool of blood.
Oh my. God. You okay?
Oh fuck, Wits! Oh my god, guys, I killed Wits. Sybil, help! How do we heal him? Bring him back!
I'm healing him. You get away from here for a second, okay? I don't want you within 5 feet of him.
Alright,
Turn the corner.
the large slashing wound that opened up across Witz's chest closes itself and the bleeding stops, and Witz, you sort of cough yourself awake, lying on the ground in the swamp at night.
I'm so sorry.
How much health do I have now?
You have 9.
How much she healed you for?
Oh, 9. Okay. Not the lowest
Well
subject.
I'm so sorry. What? Sybil, please, I'm scared.
Witz will just sit up, and he won't even look at Mardos. He's just gonna pull out a flask and take a sip.
Avoids eye contact with Sybil.
Listen, I know
Mardos.
tensions are running high, but perhaps we should just focus on getting the hell out of this swamp.
I
Yeah.
agree with Raven. Let's fucking go. I'm so
Let's
sorry.
do that.
Alright, which way do we go east?
Sybil's kind of scared. Oh god, we're heading east.
It was the plan, correct?
Yeah. Witz is still kind of shooken from just getting fucking slashed by an great axe.
Exactly.
Marta straight up fucking
Like,
He
exactly.
swung twice!
There was a lot of panicking going on. I had to.
I like how she just ignored the fact that he was just messing with him, trying to say, I want you to marry my daughter.
That's what the second hit was for.
Come on.
Wait a minute. You tried to murder a second townsperson. Are you?
No. Okay, the first time,
God.
first one. Maybe I was trying to.
And
murder
that,
the
my
townsperson.
friends, is how Sybil became the unofficial leader.
Yeah, that's exactly.
We
how-
are never listening to Mardos again. I have learned my lesson. We almost got killed by a giant
Alright, so
swamp
2 lessons
monster.
we've learned so
Now-
far is never roll determined combat, and then not listen to
Never
Mardos.
listen to Mardos.
Never trust Mardo. She will get you in trouble.
Restrain Mardos.
We've learned 2 lessons so far.
I'm so sorry.
Martos, I've had to burn my identity quite a few times and escape towns. I'll let you know, murder is a big one. Robbery, much simpler.
Before this, you guys, before this, I had never committed a crime.
Welcome
You
to
made
the
my
dark
first
side.
crime murder.
I'm
Oh, really?
scared.
This is your first
Welcome.
crime?
Congratulations.
You know? Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like a mile. We gotta celebrate in the next
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, which
And my
pulls out a
next
flask.
one
You want a
is
drink?
gonna be throwing you all in the swamp and tying you down there with roots.
Sybil's
Which
kinda
pulls
scary.
out
It's
Which
fine.
pulls out his flask and like kind of holds over to Sybil. Hey, good job! Congratulations! You wanna drink?
No!
Sybil sounds like a psychopath. Yes, murder's your forte, I see.
All right.
Yeah.
So the 4 of you wander in the direction that you believe may be east.
I just-
In the dark swamp at night.
Yeah, it's not going too well.
Yeah, can I roll perception to just make sure we're not stepping on any alligators or anything?
Okay.
Alright, maybe we are.
We're gonna step
Who
on
knows?
every single alligator.
Who knows? We might.
The water seems fine.
They're sleeping.
Can I roll a check to see if we're being followed?
Yeah. Let's take a little break. Since we're at
Okay.
2 hours in.
Thank God, I need a minute.
So
Yeah.
go get a snack, get some water, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, and return. See you all in
I mean,
a couple
Jesus.
minutes.
Cool. I'll come out of the closet then.
Okay.
Oh,
Happy Pride
congratulations.
Month, everyone. Oh, also D&D Beyond does have the Pride Month little character frame things for your character token, which is pretty cool.
They have a little heart up too at the top left corner.
Yeah. Oh, there's also a hidden feature. Do you know about the little flashy wizard thing?
I do not.
So go like on the top right above the builder anvil on your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and then move your mouse above that, above the line above that, and you should see it light up. And then just click that. See what I'm talking about?
It's party time.
Yeah. Now like go to like your collections, game rules, and like highlight stuff.
Wait, go where?
Like where it says collections, the drop down box on the top left. just like highlight that, and then like highlight my characters, my campaigns, all that stuff.
My God, I have epilepsy now.
Little hidden feature.
Is
Alright,
it just
I'll
a
be-
wizard thing? I'm guessing not.
No, it's like any.
Yeah,
It's just like a little D&D Beyond hidden feature.
this makes me happy. Thank you.
Shinx, Killian from my Crows group was the one that showed me that.
No.
Alright, AFK real quick.
All right. What a mess.
I'm back.
As
Welcome
am I.
back.
Glad to see me finally. We're finally at the point in Sybil's character arc where she finally Oh my
Sorry, Sybil.
gosh, what a freaking session.
Let's see, we murdered. You got a rageful Jellycap. We can never go back to Jellycap. Never see him again.
No!
And I killed
We can
Wit.
never see Jellycap again.
No, we cannot.
He will literally kill us on sight.
Yeah.
Freaking wrath of whatever forest god he came from.
Oh fuck! You think the forest god is upset with me now? How do gods work? Sybil,
I
help.
just want you to know that from now on, if I ever need to make a disguise, I have to consider Mardos now, and so I will only disguise as Ricari because I know Mardos won't attack Ricari.
I mean, there. I'll kill her dad though. No problem.
Apparently, apparently.
Mardos, I think you need to work on that.
I panic. I'm really sweaty.
On the bright
In and
side-
out of character. It's horrible.
On the bright side, if I was Ricari, Jay probably would have made Ricari leave, and Ricari would have been a lot closer to me.
Oh fuck.
So that would have probably not worked out. I should have
Very confused.
I should have shot down your idea because I really
You think so?
as a wizard, I don't have any of my new spells prepared yet. So and I was really excited to add them. But
Well,
then this
Now you
shit,
guys are
so-
wandering in the swamp.
Yeah, now we're in the swamp. I think that was
God.
great. I think that was like the
Awesome.
best outcome we could have gotten.
I also give up on planning from now on. Sybil, you are now the new unofficial leader because I do not wish to plan anymore.
I think my planning was great.
You
I think we did
people-
great.
And
Alright, I'm back.
I have Cheez-Its. Does anyone want Cheez-Its?
I have orange juice.
Are they white cheddar and jalapeno?
Oh, those good ones.
They are not. They are original.
Disgusting.
Not terrible, but not great.
I'm
I have
poor.
a water bottle. You gotta hydrate in this.
I need to
summer.
hydrate less when I
Ugh.
play because then I have to use the bathroom halfway through.
I'm not made for this heat. Ugh.
It's been like high 90s this past week here, but this week's been
Same.
raining.
I've gotten a rainbow. I've gotten high 90s like you. Also, is everyone back?
Staying black
I
and
believe we are all here.
All right. With relative orientation as to where the town was as opposed to where you came from, it wouldn't be that hard to orient yourselves back in the direction you're attempting to go. So let's let's wander around the swamps for a little bit, shall we?
hey Woods, how are you feeling? You okay, Woods?
Let's just ignore Mardos.
Woods is
You know
upset
what?
with you guys.
We are probably gonna sleep again by the time this is all over. I don't want to have to do that again. Just,
Let's just try to get to a safe spot and then set up for the night. I'm sure Jellycap won't follow us all the way out here and leave
Um,
the town unguarded.
It's relatively quiet in the swamp.
Got the deal with murder much.
Just the sort of sloshing of the water below you, and then insects and stuff buzzing in the environment around you as you make your way through the rather dark swamp.
You do know what we have to do if he does find us.
We are not killing Jellycap.
And you know who's
I'm
gonna do
gonna
it?
let Jellycat kill all of you.
Oh man, she's still mad at me.
Fine, I killed
I
the
am
last man.
so mad at you.
I'll
I
kill
didn't-
Jellycap too.
Oh gosh. At least I don't want to kill Jellycap. Like I could have, but I was like, he's scary, so I gotta go.
Couldn't. Like,
At this point, Wits has drank all of the
I'm too
alcohol in his
mad.
flask.
Alright, but it's just ale, so
Yeah.
you're not too poor off from that.
Got that tolerance built up.
If you were downing an entire flask of whiskey, then we'd be doing some rolls, but just ale.
Yeah. That's why I didn't put whiskey in it, so I could drink it elsewhere without you getting me to roll.
Smart. Alrighty. I'm going to need a perception check from, I believe, Wits.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
believe in your wits.
I don't.
Me
Oh,
either.
okay, that's not bad.
I'm being hopeful.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah. We're
All right. As you guys are traveling through the swamp and the lights of Bogrest fade behind you, the three of them, Wits, Draven, Civil, and Martos, are having a pretty easy time navigating around. But to you, it is very, very dark. But with them close by, you can kind of follow them and manage to navigate. But in this pitch blackness that surrounds you, you actually notice something that maybe they didn't because you were falling a little bit behind to follow them. And you notice that there's a soft glow coming from your bag.
Alright. Wits is gonna open his bag and see what it is.
It's just gentle and sort of this light blue color. It appears to be coming from the parchment that you've rolled up.
He's gonna pull that out and inspect it.
All right. As you sort of take it out and unroll it, you notice that here, let's represent this. Falling a little bit behind. There we go. You notice that there's now writing across it where there wasn't. And it glows softly in the darkness around you. And you're now able to read it.
Wits is gonna kind of look with a little bit of joy, but he's gonna put it back in his bag and then wait to read it until we get in a safe spot.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Owned DM.
You got it. You got it.
All right, let's keep walking in the swamp then.
I really want to read it, but
This
we've
is
done enough done plays since we started, so
this is a bit of a long walk, so I don't know how far you guys are gonna go, but you do get the sense that you aren't being followed, as the swamp is mostly quiet around you, and Jellycap has been a lot of things, but he has never been quiet.
all right. Well, what time is it at this point?
Like if you've just been walking through the swamp without really stopping, past midnight now.
All right. Do you guys want to try to take up shop on one of these islands? I'm tired of walking.
I could sleep.
Not
yeah.
really.
We walking.
I do
I'm
not
listening to
want to
Sybil.
sleep
I'm listening
On-
to Sybil.
that.
All right. I guess we'll set up camp when we get out of the swamp.
I hope we don't run into anything before then.
Listen, I know you can't see that well out here, Wits, being that you're a simple human and all, but just keep following us. We'll be out soon enough.
Well, At least I know how to not get caught.
Hey, Marcus,
Excuse
maybe
me.
if he gets too tired, you can start carrying him.
All I wanted to do
On
was
drag.
rob a woman, and you had the plan to murder.
I
Oh,
thought
no, no,
murder
no,
would be
no.
straight and clean. I didn't think Jellycat. I thought we'd have
You
better
know,
situation.
Draven, you and I aren't so different. So instead of arguing with each other, I think. Sorry, I just choked on Jesus.
I
Instead of arguing with each
a
other.
mosquito flies into Witch's mouth as he's talking.
Okay.
Wits, if you want to drink blood, I can teach you a better way.
Well, instead of arguing with each other, we should be arguing with this half orc over here who
No,
doesn't really know how to blind well.
no. Leave me
You
out of
are
it.
all
leave
terrible.
you out of it. We're only running away
Leave me
because
out
of you.
Leave me out of
Do
it.
you realize we
You
could
are.
have gotten in there by taking the route with the temple in the first place? And now somebody's dead, and right here he's probably extremely upset because
I never got to give her my letter.
decided- I don't think she wants it, Mardos. I don't think
What if she feels
is
guilty
gonna
for his
be
murder?
happy.
She's definitely not gonna be happy, but at least I can say like, hey, it's not your fault I murdered him.
It was a crime of
I
passion.
don't think she thinks it was.
She was like, don't murder anybody on my account, and I just straight up murdered somebody on her account. She definitely feels guilty. She's sweet like that. My little blueberry.
All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's all right.
I'm glad you got to know her so well in the couple of days you met her.
I fell in love. You know how weird it is for an orc to fall in love? That should never happen.
Well, let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Probably won't. My heart belongs to Blueberry now.
Mardos,
And hopefully it stays
if you
here with
try
her.
this again, and you do something that unhinged with another person we encounter, I will stop you this time.
What can I say? I'm a sucker for love. I'll do anything.
Yeah, you're also a sucker for killing civilians.
That was not a
Yeah.
nice civilian. I did right. All right, he was evil. I had to kill him. It was for the good of the people.
Hey,
Even if
it's
they
a
didn't
simple
know
lesson.
it.
Literally, you made the move to kill him. He
Not do it again.
he was going to steal something.
Well, to be clear, Draven made the first hit.
He
Yes,
really
you see how cool it
in
looks?
terms of, in terms
Fucking
of
amazing,
decision-making,
Draven.
he really
Thank you.
Y'all didn't
With-
even see Draven. It was like a full. Oh my god. 10
Rich
out of
isn't
10.
even talking to
Draven
him
earns
anymore.
respect.
He's just he just wants to get to sleep.
I rolled out of the chimney and threw a dagger.
Hit him
Sick.
dead on.
I feel like Draven's like drawing a picture. He's like, look what I did. This is so cool. So then I did a flip.
It was amazing.
Oh my god, I don't remember there being this many swamp tiles.
Yeah.
East.
Are we going in circles?
We might be. I don't know anymore. I feel like I've seen that tree a
Uh,
couple times.
Can I roll a survival to determine if we are going in circles?
Sure.
Not great.
I was just fucking with you guys. It's fine.
Okay.
I was flipping the maps horizontally and vertically as you guys walked.
I didn't remember the specific maps, but I remember about how many there were, and I was like, wait a minute.
During the break, I went and copied it a bunch and flipped around what it looked like so that I could let you guys walk while you were talking. But I just kept doing it as you were talking because I thought it was funny.
God.
Looks pretty good.
Plus, you guys are walking around in the swamp in the middle of the night, so it's gonna take you a while. I forget the exact time frame I had you guys take to walk through here before, but it does take a little bit. Yeah, but eventually.
Oh, thank God.
That's his old Martos that only had 14 health.
Ugh, what a weakling. Get out of here.
You know, I almost had 14 health once.
That was tragic, wasn't it? Oh.
It-
Hello, Marcos.
There you go.
Oh.
Should we set up camp here a bit ways away from the road? Just
Yeah.
off in the.
Probably.
This will probably make for a good stop.
All right.
I'll
Draven
take-
will.
Wonderful.
Draven's going to begin to take out the tent from his backpack and start setting up.
There you go.
And I'll take the first watch.
I think you guys had 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's put the other one in this general area.
Alrighty.
I'm scared to sleep with Sybil. I'm going to this one. Bye.
Martos, do you snore?
I probably do, but you
Oh
snore too.
yeah.
So it's okay.
Who's taking the next watch?
I do not.
I'll do it next, Wits.
All right.
I'll take third.
I'll do fourth.
Just try not to snore.
Don't fucking kick me.
I need room.
Keep your fight. You are smaller than me.
I'm guessing this is gonna count as a long rest then, or well. we're
It
gonna
will
go
if you're
watch.
going to sleep.
Okay. Well,
You'll be sleeping in
Wow.
a little bit if you want to take the full long rest.
I was gonna say while since Witz is like about to do a long rest, while if nothing happens in this watch, he can open his spell book and re-prepare spells and stuff like that.
Okay. You can still see the glow from that parchment as you open up your sack to grab your spell book.
Oh well, Witz is gonna he's gonna pull it out and then read it.
Okay. Thank God.
I know you've been waiting.
Okay. So this is what it says, Witch, if you want to read it for the class.
All right. I can't read. All right. Hang on, I'm trying to make it bigger, but it wasn't letting me make it bigger. All right, cool.
Enhance.
Oh wow! Right, you said that he enhanced it.
Oh, are you reading off the stream? Because I can just send it to you if you can't.
Oh no! I wasn't reading off stream. I'm reading off of Roll20. I just still couldn't see it, but I can see it good now. York Fleming, it has come to my attention that your little gang of bandit brutes, the Skull Crushers, if I recall, are in need of coin. My merry band and I can make sure you never want for gold. You simply need to provide muscle from a job I'm organizing. You should have an interest. Should you have an interest, I'll arrange a meeting. The old place near Linsendra, if I pronounced that right.
Lysindriel.
Lysindria. From our smuggling days, the client has stated that she wishes to meet me there as well. I'll introduce you, Vincent.
Very good, thank you. All right, that is what the letter says. It is giving off that sort of soft blue glow.
Which will just nod at it and then put it back in his backpack and tell him about it in the morning. And then he's gonna go back to prepare new spells.
All right.
Unless if something happens during his watch.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Always a let's find out. All right, cool.
So eventually your watch is spent reorganizing spells and such things like that, but eventually your watch is over.
Just gonna open the tent. And then slap Mardos in the face. Oi, it's your turn.
You know, I do deserve that. I won't say nothing.
Well, you deserve a little bit more, actually.
No. That's fine. Do it again. It's a second death.
You know, I don't know if I want to do it again. Now that you said do it again.
No, let's see how this wins. Wizard versus barbarian.
Just wait until the fireball.
Which I'll fuck you up.
All right, Martos, you take the next watch. Is there anything particular you want to do while you're watching?
No. I just sit and contemplate life
Right.
decisions.
You sit and contemplate your life decisions, leaning up against that tree in silence. Nothing happens during your watch.
Kick. I come make a kick sound.
Yeah,
Draven.
fine. Yes, yes.
Next fuck. Okay, I'm gonna sprawl out in the middle of the goddamn tent.
Is this rock pretty tall?
Uh, it's about maybe 6-ish feet up. You could climb it.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up on top of the rock and just kind of do like a Batman crouch, like squatting with both my hands on the rock and just kind of peer
Okay.
around.
Oh my
Okay.
god, he is Batman.
He really has become Batman. And your watch also passes relatively quietly. It's a quiet night, and at the end of your watch, Draven, the sun is going up. If you guys want the full long rest, you'll be sleeping in a little bit.
He'll climb down. Sun coming up, as good a time as any to go to sleep. He'll kind of rap on the tent a bit with the back of his knuckles. Sybil, your turn.
Alright.
Scoot over.
All right, Sybil, is there anything you want to do during your several-hour watch? These are just kind of
You know that
downtime
book I
activities, like
stole
what you could do.
earlier?
What's that?
You know that book I took from the Soul Crusher's hideout before?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yep, she's reading that.
Okay. Seems to just be sort of a entertaining little fiction novel.
What is the book's name?
I don't know. I forgot about it.
No.
I don't know.
We'll get back to that later. All right. Sybil, your watch is spent mostly in daylight, as when you're woken up, the sun is rising, and you sort of watch the sunrise, and then the rest of your watch is spent in the early hours of the morning. But eventually, your watch is also over, and you can do what you wish. You can wake everybody up if you want. All right. Yeah, so a lot of you sleep in a little bit as you are up rather late walking through the swamp. So we're going to say that it's about midday now. So are you muted or just was
I
awake?
don't mean to do that.
Okay, I just saw you moving around and like making markers and didn't hear you, so I thought maybe you're muted.
Martos, get up. I have to pack up the tent.
Motherfucker.
Wits will pull out his flask and wakes up and try to get some, but he just kind of looks sad when it's empty.
What
It is
a
indeed
lovely
empty.
morning it is. What a good morning.
He drank it all as a pain number from getting slashed by Mardos.
Yes, I'm sure you got a good rest taking up 80% of the tent.
It did, yeah. Your foot was in my ass, though. It's kind of annoying. You should work on that. You need some personal space, man.
Alright, once y'all get the tents, I got something for y'all.
Wits,
Ooh,
she
goody.
snores. Please, bed with me next time.
Sybil's scary. I don't wanna. Sorry, Sybil.
I'll be a bloke then.
Sybil's getting a bad rap.
Draven packs up the tent.
I mean, she is a tiefling, so who knows thaumaturgy, so she can be as scary as she wants.
Oh yeah. Set Mardos on fire by pointing at her now.
Marcos likes the pain. Joke's on you.
And we'll just take your axe and throw it in the swamp. What are you gonna do? Roll an
I will
investigation
fuck
check.
you up with my bare hand. I will snap you like a twig.
All right, so you kind of gather your things up and gather around to talk.
Right. So while we're running away, that note that we took revealed itself. So now we know what it says.
Mm-hmm.
And I already forgot what it says. So.
Me too.
Oh, I knew the gist of what it said, but I forgot like what the town name was.
Are you taking it out?
Yeah.
It is blank.
Or frick.
This is quite useful
So-
information you have, Wiz.
Thank you so much, Wits.
Well,
You said
I
it
said-
started glowing last night when we were walking away.
Yeah, and the words were revealing. I don't know what caused it, but anyway,
Like darkness.
it was a letter
Anybody
to.
remember? What was the weather like last night? Were there many clouds when we were walking away from there?
It was
To be
just
honest.
really dark. Pretty hard to say what the weather was like. It wasn't raining or anything, but it was just nighttime, dark.
Well,
Glow
the
in the
letter,
dark.
the letter, whenever it was revealing itself, it was a letter to the man that we had fought with those 3 dogs in there. Or at least I assume that's who it was for. It was basically them having another job in a town. Please tell me I can technically remember that, even though my outer character doesn't remember that.
Make an int check. It'll be a low DC.
Oh shit.
No.
Uh,
Oh no, sorry, that's save. Wait, I'm.
yeah,
I'm
just a
dumb.
check. Roll a check. Alright.
Yay!
Okay, much better.
You're not quite sure on the spelling Wits, but you remember it was something like Lysindria.
Yeah, things I don't pronounce in the first try, I never forget. I never remember. So. All right, so that town that the god just said. So that's probably where if we want to find any more of these guys, we probably want to go here. But the Syndria.
Why not kill all of them this time? We at least need one. We get no answers. We're just killing.
Well, I think we still need to head to Hanatararia because 1, we could use some more gear, and 2, we do have a lead there. But this is definitely something that we need to head to as well.
I'll be honest. If we're heading to town, I need a bit more gold to get what I need.
Well, some people
Hey guys,
can be persuaded in the city. So
we can murder some more.
if you can
No.
murder some more,
No.
you can murder some more.
More.
Too soon? Too soon?
Cities are too high profile.
Well, considering most of us aren't really familiar with this continent, maybe we should head to the city anyway and maybe get some more information on where this is.
Reasonable.
So what do y'all think?
I'm for it, yeah. I could use some armor. AC shit. The skin is very soft and flubbery.
I have no qualms. We can continue towards the city.
All right, Sibyl, since you currently have the horse bargaining power, morally at least, what do you think we should do?
Hey, Sybil.
City. Continue pursuing the assassins that we are pretty much on the moral of now, and
better.
continue pursuing our lead.
Hey, there's no
Yes.
blood on my hands. Just saying.
There is blood on all our hands. We all participated in this. You
Oh, what do you mean? I was just going for a nightly stroll.
cannot deny that we didn't.
I was just going for a stroll.
He's an eye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, Wits, it's okay to lie to others, but not to your companions.
Yeah, we're bonded by murder now. We are together.
Well, actually, if I remember correctly, I think you and Draven are bonded by murder.
Oh, I got driven back through everything now. That fucking little hit was amazing. But now you're
Accomplices
yeah.
in murder, all of us.
Yeah, we're all tied together.
All right.
Deception 8.
I'm not proud of it.
Well,
She'll come around.
I guess we
First
should just
murder is
keep.
always hard.
I guess we should just keep heading on then. It's probably gonna be a while before we get there.
Yeah. Steal some horses while we're at it.
Ride one of the sheep from the farmer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Martos, if you see any boars run across, let's kill them. Bit hungry.
Yeah. Bet I got you.
All right. Then making your way through the woods as you finish packing everything up.
I forgot how nice the woods were. More than that fucking swamp.
Well, at least we aren't welcome in the swamp anymore because I do not want to go back there.
Well, good thing we can never go back there. We have burned that bridge.
Well, we can if we really want to, but I don't want to.
No. Did you see Jellycat? That shit was scary.
Hold one moment. I'll make sure we're going the right way.
We
I'm
probably
just
are.
gonna run up the
I
tree
remember
and
this
check.
place.
I
Mhm.
really want to like see you walk because don't you not need to use hands when you climb now?
I technically don't. I can just like
You just
run
walk up the
tree.
side of it.
So while it was-
No, like it's like as if you have magnetic boots, just casually walking up the side of a tree.
Yeah, he can like
Yeah.
climb walls like the Exorcist now, can he?
I mean, I can walk up it casually, but my climb speed is equal to my walking speed, so I could just also like straight run up it.
Yeah, it's a bit more for flavor. If you wanted to do the very classic Dracula 90-degree walk up the wall, you can. Is I think the intention there, Draven.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna like climb up it just quickly to get a look.
All right. Looking around, you can see the swamp behind you, of course. And then far off in the distance ahead of you, you can kind of see open, rolling hills.
I assume more forest to the north.
Yeah, more forest to the north.
And climb back down.
This ain't
We'll
whispers in the desert.
Yeah.
Thanks, J-Bulger, for the 3 months. And thanks, Shinx, if you're still here. I forgot to say that because I was off before. But, alright. So, making your way along through the woods. Spend a little bit of your day. It's midday now, so moving on into the afternoon as you approach the tree line.
You know what? I'm gonna dig a little hole over here.
Okay.
Remember the first time we walked down this road? When we were going after assassins and warned them?
Hey, listen, I was a murderer long before this last murder, okay?
I have no comment on murder.
Witz was definitely a murderer.
I mean, I'll admit to being a thief, but I'll keep a murderer to myself.
Murdered. In my little hole, I dug and put my sloppy, wet mess of a letter that was supposed to be for Blueberry in there. I just cover it back up.
Well, I put some flour in there too while you're at it.
Oh yeah. No. That's poisonous flower. I don't want to poison my love.
Sorry, so what exactly did you do with the hole, Martos?
I wrote a letter for Blueberry, but I jumped in the water, so it's probably all like sloppy and wet, probably torn up.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit soggy and maybe a little bit
Yeah.
smudged, but
Definitely. I'm just gonna place it in the hole and cover it up, longingly hold the little hole, and then walk away.
okay.
Bye.
It's
my
good to
Blueberry.
get rid of evidence.
Yes, it is. I
We
can't
don't want-
get it out of my heart.
We don't want anything tying us back to the town.
I would have helped you clean that up, but you owe me. I don't owe you any favors right now.
I
We
killed
can
you.
have to change our names?
We might, yeah. Harvey Morton. I am Morton now.
I've already done that.
Oh.
Wits, is your name even Wits?
Hell if I know.
Oh fuck, I'm Morton now. Let's go, guys.
I'm
Wait,
not
wait.
changing my name.
Woods technically has 2 names right now, so I mean,
Sybil can be Bill.
No.
Bill.
Martin and Bill and he. Two casual ladies.
Which is just gonna be Anchor Bouston, just casually be a merchant rest of the campaign.
You could call me Lord Duskmore if you prefer.
Lord Dustmore.
Nah, I prefer
Lord
Draven.
Dickmore.
What was that, Martos?
Oh my god. I just went back to this map and I forgot what you guys did. Okay, let's go back. Here you go, everybody.
No.
We're back.
Oh, there seems to be some sort of
Yeah.
illusions here.
This is some strong magic.
What the hell is Minecraft?
Maybe it's like when you're mining and you craft at the same time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know of any spells that can allow you to do that.
Fuck you, tree.
That tree's technically not there right now. We moved
Nope.
it.
It's
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
Sounds like too many actions at once.
Oh no, I grabbed the face.
Oh no.
Put back. Okay, we
Oh,
out of here.
interesting. These illusions, you can grab them. That's
Which
interesting.
way are we going?
Well,
South,
Yep.
wasn't it?
yeah, I guess we gotta head. Wasn't it? I know it was east, but was it southeast? I think
it was
Draven
south.
remembers.
You guys went
You
southeast to
said-
get here.
You said if things go
You guys
south,
south with west, rather.
we go east.
Oh fuck.
You guys went.
I already heard it.
You guys.
Literally east. This east. We went here. This is
You
the
guys-
east we were talking about.
You guys came from here and went over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of character, I know. We came from the north and then went west.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this road probably leads in the right direction. What do y'all think?
South it is. Let's go, guys.
Yes, there is a road breaking off east.
Look at this mess. It's lagging the entire screen.
Gotta jump between the words so you don't grab them.
Sorry.
Yeah, good thing we're not on the Grand Lorraine continent because I know we wrote stuff on that too.
Alright, we have to end the session here.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, there's nothing in that direction.
Oh fuck.
Freaking told- Wait, what? Okay.
What? Oh,
Fuck, we're going.
Oh,
we don't know where we're going.
So we're by the Athentari Plains, and we went into the swamp.
We're like you
trails
know.
over here.
Yeah, we went all opposite direction.
I guess we need to buy a map.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't even know where this is, so
Progress is about
Fine.
there.
We went all the way back here.
Jay,
You
is
guys are now about
Hanatoria done?
here. Hanatoria? Oh no, of course not.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured we would.
There's not
Yeah.
a single Hanatoria map made yet. I was holding
So
off
we need-
because I wanted to see if they would give me some cool new assets. Because
We
it's a
need to-
complicated city.
Probably, unless Jay comes up with something else this way, we need to go back to the rest
I mean,
stop and
I
see
can
if
give
we
you
can't
some
get a
stuff.
map. Okay.
I can give you a couple things that way, but Hanatoria will not be done for next week. I can assure you that.
Yeah, I figured.
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot of work.
It is.
Well, we're gonna have to go around the swamp. Can't go through the swamp again.
God damn it, ran into a chunk error.
Hence
So we
why I
just
was.
avoid-
That's
Cross
why
the
I
inner
was
sea.
spamming Granlo Suffer in the
Could we
chat the
cross
entire
the
time.
inner sea?
You could, if we want to do that instead, because originally I was not intending you guys to head back this way. I didn't expect you to, rather. But now that you have, I can prep some different things and see if you can cross the inner sea instead of traveling through the swamp a bit more.
Swamp.
Guys,
It's
I
only
suddenly feel
25
the
feet
urge to go
across.
west.
Yeah, it's only 25. We can get there in a single turn. Easy, easy. It's like not even 6 seconds. Easy.
Yeah.
Just like a speedboat.
Draven actually runs so fast, he just stays on top of the water.
Damn,
Alright.
Lone Strider's cracked.
I'll do a little bit of inner sea stuff then for next session. You guys can go back to Sleepy Hills if you want, but right now Sleepy Hills is identical to it was when you left it, so I'll shift some stuff up, bring some new people there. Because I don't want you to just... It's a rest stop people should be passing through, so there shouldn't just be the exact same people there that were there when you left. So I'll add some new NPCs there, do a bit of inner sea stuff, and then the rest of the stuff can be fine. But Hanatoria is the only thing that will not be ready for next week. You can go to Hanatoria if you want. I won't stop you, but I'm saying we'll have to skip a week or so. Because it'll take a little longer than a single week since I have to do other campaign prep too.
I suddenly feel the urge to go west.
I feel like we've made a wrong turn somewhere.
I'm not religious, but I think the waterfall is calling to me.
Yeah, just go to Sleepy Hills and get a map or something like that. Then that'll guide you a little more.
Yeah.
That's why I was grand low suffering in the chat when you guys are talking about heading to Hanator.
The whole wrong way.
I thought they were gonna drop it because, like, I'm used to, having to wait on big cities whenever you're doing stuff. That like they kept bringing it up, and I was like, oh no, we're gonna find out eventually.
I never jumped a camp.
It's all good. It's nothing that I would interrupt a
Word
session over.
yes.
It's just big cities are the things that take the most amount of work, and especially Hanatoria is a very complex one, because there's sort of two halves of the city. It's a lunar-based city, of course, so there's the light side and the dark side of the city, built into a cliff. So it's a little complicated to make. And it'll be the one that takes a little longer than something like Talus, which is just kind of like a big flat circle. So yeah, Hanatoria will be a while from now. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know, is that if you did want to actually go there, that's possible, but it will mean that I'll have to take a bit of time off from this group to work on it. So if you'd rather not do that, then maybe head in a different direction.
Yeah, we're getting a map and heading west, I believe.
All right,
Yeah,
I can do inner sea stuff. That's easy to prep.
yeah.
So we'll do that
That would
instead.
be my vote.
Tim.
Cool. Yeah, then that doesn't lead you right back to the swamp. We won't be retreading everything. We'll do some new stuff in the inner sea. All right, sounds good. But we'll end the session here just because it's a little easier, and I wanna add some new stuff to Sleepy Hills just so that it's a little more fresh.
I'm curious, by the way.
Yeah.
What sort of crimes have characters in the other games committed? How
Arson.
close are they to this?
A lot of
Arson's
arson.
a common one.
Arson's a really common one, yeah. I don't.
That's next on our list.
Not particularly like murder. Most of them have been a little bit more justified in their attacking of the NPC than you guys have. Though you did have a little bit of justification.
Not a lot, but some.
I wouldn't call it like
Lot.
I wouldn't call it outright brutal murder. He was a bit of a nefarious person,
Unless
but
Unless if you want to count Mardos attacking Wits for thinking he's alive.
The first one was. Second one, I knew it was you. We wouldn't mess with my blueberry after I just had to run away from her. Therefore, you had to die.
there was a whole group that started out as actual convicts in prison, so there has been some crimes for sure. Though they didn't do anything particularly all that bad to get landed in prison. They were just kind of very unlucky. But mostly arson, honestly. A lot of arson. That seems to be the most common one.
Next time on the
We
list is
could have
tax fraud.
Lauren's first murder hobo.
Uh,
No,
I wouldn't-
We only killed one.
I wouldn't
only
extend
killed
that
one.
to murder hoboing. It's I would say it's like a first step on the path to murder hoboing, but I don't think you guys are gonna go in that direction, so it's all good.
Well,
Just killed.
you also
just-
didn't think we were
just
going to
killed one.
Hantaria, so.
No, I knew you guys like for about 2 or 3 sessions now. You guys have been talking about Hanataria, and I always knew it would never be ready. So
What if we just go on an excursion and go to this island instead? This little island out here for fun.
yeah, I mean if you want,
We take a little vacation.
but just keep in mind that time passes. So as you guys take detours, everything else in the world is still moving. So if you're hoping to catch some people, they are still active in the world as you take detours. Just so you're aware, you can take detours. You can go all the way to Hanatoria, but just keep in mind things are active.
Shit, I should have read that letter whenever you first told me about it.
It's all good.
Like,
Don't
that-
don't
I
even
just thought it was
finish
funny.
that word. I
That-
know what you're writing.
Yeah, that was the one time where I thought, oh, he just said that. I didn't read it. Like it wasn't like a good. I didn't think it was like I thought that was the reason why you were like, aw. Like it's just because you want me to read it right then.
Well, the real reason was because I had pulled it up You guys can't see that, but I pulled it up for chat, and then was about to click the show to players button, and then you said no, and then I had to go click the X. That's why I made a little expression when you did that,
Okay.
because chat can watch me do all that, so it was for their benefit. But yeah, still lots done this session. So still a lot of fun. I'll do some prep work for next time.
Extremely eventful.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
feels
gosh.
stressful. I'm a little
Huh?
sweaty.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is Wood's fault because Mardos wanted to do it badly anyway, and all
Yeah.
Woods had to say was no.
Either way, I was gonna go. I was either gonna go as a group. Or I was gonna do this alone, and I was like, "It's gonna hope y'all made it out alive."
I feel like honestly, I wish I said no because I feel like that would have been more interesting.
Like, no,
Her,
We're
like we're
gonna
all
start by
sleeping and
ourselves.
she just bursts through the door. Hey, we gotta go.
We gotta go now. Get up.
It's like, why? And then Jellycat busts down the door.
Jellycat has came full speed.
I mean, is it really a crime if you're never caught?
No, it's not. I think
We're
good.
caught.
Well,
Jellycat
we're not in
brought
prison, are we? So we're not caught.
Yeah, I mentioned that, Jiboji. You guys were relatively tame on the crime end of things.
I don't know.
First
Crime's
murder in 8
pretty cool.
sessions. Yeah, I had fun with my crime.
Yeah, as far as actual crime, morally, most people have been usually pretty well off on the more good side of things. Arson, theft, breaking out of prison, things like that have been mainly what.
Murder.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
guys did a murder, and then Hearth and Home killed Zoligut, who was an innocent soul, but he was on the bad guy's side, so it's a bit more of a Darby situation.
No,
I miss Darby.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
My Darby.
I don't feel very bad about killing Darby. I feel more bad about, honestly,
I don't really feel bad about killing High
losing
Noon.
our standing.
I mean, I don't really feel
job.
bad killing High Noon. I just feel bad about, god damn it, now we had to run.
Do you feel more bad about killing High Noon than Darby because Darby was actively trying to kill us?
To be fair, Darby was pretty chill. He was a nice guy. You know, I feel like if we met under different circumstances, we'd be pretty good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Darby would have loved us.
Yeah, fate
Right,
brought us
it's
against
the
Darby.
same way as Jellycap, you know? If we would have showed up there and, like, never had a nice conversation with him, you know? It had been different circumstances. But now we can't be friends with him anymore because he will kill us, so.
He will murder the fuck out of us.
Because I do not wish to kill him. Also, I can't turn to people anymore. Or, well, I can, but not right now. Which is kind of disappointing because the only reason I took it off was because I was like, damn, I'm like really not using this. And then I used it like 2 times in the past session or 2. Also, Jay, every time you were saying that like Jellycap noticed something, I every single time I heard the Metal Gear Solid noise with the exclamation point.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, it was so intense. But when he like freaking when he started glowing red or whatever that was.
The eyes, yeah.
Jellycat Prime.
Jay, what do you think would visually be happening at that moment when you turned his tile red?
His eyes were red, and he was kind of letting off steam.
Literal steam.
It just grows
And-
bigger.
Kind of curious as to what would have happened if he'd actually caught Mardos.
I can tell you what Witch would have did.
Killed
Witch would have just kept on keeping on.
Alrighty. We can
Oh yeah, sorry.
if you're gonna say something, that's okay.
It's okay.
So like I was saying at the beginning, for those who missed it, Silver Song almost ready. Just the last couple little things to prep, and then just needs to decide on a day with them. So should be up and coming. You can ask the question here, but I might not answer it here, DJ. If it's something that shouldn't be said, then I'll talk to you about it in DMs. But I guess you can ask the question here. It's almost ready, Silver Song. We're just doing the last bit of prep, so definitely within the month. Hoping to get it ready within the next week or two. Same with Seas of Sand. I've worked out some of the issues there, so unless any other issues arise, that should be starting up again soon. Probably not this week, so there probably won't be a Seas of Sand this Friday, unless anything miraculous happens. But no, DJ. So if not this week, but probably the next one. We'll get Seas of Sand back, so then we'll be back to 3 streams. And we'll be back to being busy again, which will be nice. It feels like I have not been doing enough streams lately because we've Hearth and Home ending, and then the little break I had to take with Seas of Sand. But yeah, so that's what's coming up on the channel. We'll be back to 3 streams. And Silver Song will be starting, and everything will be fun.
Hey Jay.
Yep.
I'm kind of curious because I really want to know if this is a situation we're gonna encounter. Are there literal, real lunar elves in Kaiteru on this continent?
I mean, I can answer the question by saying Hana is the goddess of magic and the goddess of the moon. Hanataria is the city of lunar elves.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be great.
I wonder if Draven knows anyone there.
Find out in character.
When they go in an entirely different direction and take a trip across the universe.
That'd be really funny if when we go there eventually, and we're expecting to just be like dropping Draven off at daycare with the other lunar elves. It's like, all right, have fun, and then we get there, and we're like, wait a minute.
Listen, I got all
We're gonna
kinds
have
of
a lot of very
bullshit.
interesting expectations.
I got all kinds of bullshit planned for Draven, so whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to attempt to find out, feel free.
Draven, do you like your blood with cinnamon?
Yeah, basically.
Spices are nice.
Basically when we started this campaign, it was like start here and then just prep in this direction. Not this direction.
How did Hantawaria thing even start? Did we hear from like the little frog fellow?
The frog guy just mentioned that he'd heard something in that city. Just because it was a big city and there was a tavern there, it wasn't really anything related.
Oh
But didn't
no.
at some point someone mention something about lunar elves being in Hauntaria?
Maybe.
I'm
I
not.
could have sworn something.
Draven might have mentioned that. I don't know if we met an NPC that did.
For some reason, I had the idea that the Silent Song Guild was supposed to be stationed there.
I think it's
we
just
did
because
talk-
misunderstood the conversation.
Yeah, we did talk to NPC that talked about Hanataria.
Uh,
Lunar elves, I believe.
where the confusion came up is Sumberlung told you guys that he had heard something about Silent Song briefly, just in some tavern, and then you asked where the tavern was, and I picked a city at random and said Hanataria, just because it would be a big city and more likely that there'd be lots of different types of people in the kind of shadier taverns of larger cities. So I just said that he had heard about it there just because I picked a city. So that's where Hanataria came up in relation to Silent Song. He didn't say that they were based or anything. He just said he'd heard something there in a tavern.
Gotcha.
Ow.
Honestly, part of it is because Wits is kind of more designed to work in cities. And so I was like, oh, that's the closest city, and there's stuff we have to do there. How convenient. There's only one thing that's an inconvenience. It doesn't exist.
You made your Whispers in the Woods character to work in cities?
I mean, he's from the city.
What is in the name of the game?
I will say us going forward and then back and then forward again is consistent with our activities so far.
True.
So, yeah, at least we're in character.
Okay, don't judge me too much on the character, all right? My original plan was to be an artificer, but Jay said no. And then I made the character in like 2 days.
It's fine.
Artificer.
I kind of like the city slicker in the middle of the swamp vibe that that Wits has going.
Everyone's like, why do y'all care so much about nature and shit?
See, and Draven, like, he'll complain along with you sometimes, but he's also, like, been out in nature a bunch, so even though he grumbles about it, like, he's pretty used to it.
Honestly, from the eyes of Wits, the way that you keep this, like the way that you've been acting, like with like collecting leeches and stuff like that, and the way that you've described, it's led him to believe that you just lived by yourself in the woods all your life, and it's like the first time you've seen people because everyone thinks Draven's an asshole because he just says what he's thinking.
That's not too far off. I'll say this, like, Draven is, which I'm sure you've noticed, very pretentious and
Yeah.
hypocritical. So what he says is not necessarily like what he does.
Yeah. If he said what he does, he would hit like he'd roll an @20 on every roll.
Yeah.
It's fun though. It's fun RP.
So with the start of Silversong, we'll be getting some new maps, including the one that shows the Glimmering Isles. So you guys will get placed a little better in the world when Silversong starts.
Cool.
Since I know you guys feel like you're just in some random continent in the middle of nowhere, which is true.
Just on some ocean planet with like barely any land.
But I think I'll add that same map that will be in Silversong to your campaign too, just so we have it, and you guys can doodle on it too.
The doodles are the best.
Jay, we need to know: is the world flat?
No,
Of course it is.
you can go find out if you want. Fall right off the edge.
We will. Then we'll finally get to meet some of those sea monsters that you told me about.
I mean,
Oh man.
there are
Yeah,
a lot
Draven's a flat earther now. Or a flat whatever this planet is.
of them.
So what is Grand Lorien like the main continent, or is it like the world as a whole?
Grand Lorien is the realm. Most people call it the mainland, or the Elder Isle is the main kind of portion that everybody looks at.
Gotcha.
But mainland is basically what a lot of people call it, just because it's so big. But there are other areas that I
So
just have
would-
not shown yet.
Would we even, or would I would say like most people even have a name for the world itself, or would they just refer to each individual realm?
A lot of people just sort of refer to where they're from. Not a lot of people do a lot of sailing, so not a lot of people have explored beyond even just their own kingdom.
Right.
Even the trip from the Elder Isle or the mainland, which for reference is this, everybody.
Oh, right.
What they've doodled all over is the Elder Isle. But even taking a trip off the far end of this map to try to get to where you guys are is quite a long journey, and there's a lot of stuff in between. Coming soon on seasons 2 of the Brass Hands Adventures. So it's not that I don't know what's out there. I actually do. I actually know what's on that end too. But
Oh, let's see.
what's that? What's that?
No, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
I love how cutesy Martin's drawings are.
Yeah, they are pretty great.
Here we go.
Can this be a monster, like a sea monster, if anyone ever goes sailing?
Sure, just a really large
Look at
fish with a long tongue.
He's not even like aggressive or anything. He just
It's
acts
he
and
likes
runs in the
licking
ship
you.
sometimes.
He just looks like the barnacles off the bottom of your ship. Actually, honestly, that's kind of a fun like concept for like a weird whale species. It just like licks the bottom of your ship, and you just feel like the whole thing rock and rumble.
Yeah, you can call it a martail.
Okay, well now we have to delete that.
Oh, great. Cool.
Quick, remove her from this map. Hang on. There we go. DJ, what were you saying? The names of work in progress? We were talking about me saying season 2 of the brass because I actually do have a name for it. I just didn't want to say it.
The bronze hand.
I've just been doing like background prep on a lot of the season 2 stuff for a lot of different campaigns, so it's just kind of slowly working on it. But I do have good ideas for it all, and it's kind of structured already. It just needs the actual work done, basically. Map making, stuff like that. And I just kind of do that in the background while we have these ones going, and then we switch off just so that it gives me time to kind of spread out my work. Because I can do prep for these campaigns relatively quickly. And then the background prep for the longer term stuff is just sort of a slow process in the background. If that makes any sense at all. I don't really know what I'm talking about, so it's fine if you guys don't.
We do not, but we accept.
Cool that you can get so much world building stuff done in such a short amount of time. I take so freaking long writing anything. Like, I can never get past just, like, story concept stage. It's neat.
A lot of it is just a lot longer term than some people imagine. A lot of ideas have just been rattling around in my head for years now, so it's more just putting them down on paper. And I do have a lot of notes that have been taken, so you guys just don't see all the different stuff that I do where I write everything down. I got 716 individual notes on my in my background storage that nobody sees. What are we at for maps now, I wonder? How many
Oh
maps?
gosh,
How many
Joe
maps
Jackson
are in?
buff now.
You
How
buff
many-
as fuck.
How many maps? 789 maps in Grand Lorien.
Damn, I remember when it was 666.
I
Yeah.
know.
We
Yeah.
got one little touch on Jellycat.
We went up over a course of time, so now we're at 789.
Scary eyes.
But I can't pull that up because you guys
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
allowed to see any of that. It's a shame. I wish I could do like map making streams and stuff, but it'd be spoilers.
You should do it and then be like, you fool, those maps weren't for anything.
Just lie what they're up for.
Just like it's in the world, but there's no campaigns that go there. It's just some random island. Like
It's
out in
just
the
for
ocean.
like, yeah, it's maps for like 7 years from now, and everyone will forget that they exist by then.
Yeah,
Even
just
you.
like one day it's a high level person casts teleport and screws up and it sends them to a random place and you just have that map ready.
Yeah, it's like an island, like this size, but it's like thousands of miles from the mainland. And it's just like, well, frick. The player's just there by himself, just nothing to do but just toss coconuts around.
I do have some maps from places nobody's been, so that is a possibility to use some of those, because I do actually have a bunch of never before seen maps. All right. Yes. 789. That'll change soon, so it'll be over 800 probably by next week.
We'll try to increase that count more, Jay, by wandering aimlessly across this new land.
you guys could actually make my life suffering by doing stuff like that. If you guys were just like, if you guys were like, oh yeah, wait, let's set off for Hanatoria next week, and then you get there and then go like 10 minutes inside and then just turn around and go somewhere else. Actually, we're going to the Sarita Highlands and just go somewhere entirely different. It would make my life just pure suffering. And I always think that's really funny.
All right, guys. Mount Scortia looks evil. Therefore, BBEG there. Let's go now.
Yeah, we gotta go there immediately.
And
Look
once
at
we
it,
get there and
okay.
realize it's too tough, we can turn and come all the way back and level up on our way back there again.
Yeah. I wonder how much XP Jellycap looks like.
So what?
Sorry, I'm about to level up and you look like just enough XP. We still need to go back and fight King Taka at some point.
Mm-mm.
I
Well,
did
what-
leave an axe in him.
Murders. Oh, we don't need to come back to Swamp at all.
Maybe a couple
No,
more
no more
levels
sword.
first.
I feel like Jay would like it because then it'd give him time to do more stuff.
I mean, to be clear, King Taka was in the north. And we could get to the north from the sea without going through all the swamps.
There was also a bunch of rocks there, though. It was a very rocky area.
I can climb those.
Alright, yeah, you can go solo fight them.
Yeah.
The Sybil can turn into an animal that can get up there.
Yeah, like a bat. She's
So
one of your
I
bats
can
now.
talk by myself.
Yeah. Become my swarm.
Honestly, when I first saw Swarm, bats was not what came to mind. Bees is what came to mind.
Swarm can be anything you want, really.
These
It can
are
be
more
can be fairies if you want.
Oh shit.
It
Well,
it
I'ma
leaves
make
it
Well,
so.
you can flavor it so many ways.
Yeah,
Making my
that's
Swarm mosquito hawks.
that's the appeal of it, is that they just said swarm and then didn't really specify what it is. So it can be any type of insect you want. It can be fairies. It can be a lot of different things. So it's
Can I have a
pretty.
swarm of Dravens?
Yeah, I'm
As long as they're
none of a certain size.
yeah, as long as they're sort of tiny creatures, they can be your swarm. You can just really flavor it however you want. So bats are totally fair play.
I'm trying to think of like a random one that would technically fit, but wouldn't make any sense.
Shinx, we're never gonna do that, so don't even ask. That sounds like a nightmare. I don't think I'm ever gonna introduce the fairy as a playable race. I think them being tiny is just too annoying.
Yeah,
Then
they
can we have a
certainly
group of
are
fairies
shaped.
in a trench coat.
They're very annoying Shinx, especially ones named Bungergrat. Shinx is playing a fairy in another campaign.
I see.
And a swarm of halflings.
Imagine a swarm of kobolds. Something like that.
Oh my god.
I think they're
They
a
would
little
go
too
rogue
big.
in an
Dragonborn with
instant.
kobold swarm.
They would go rogue in
Yeah.
an instant.
They're a little too big, but could do a lot of interesting things. Like if you had like an underwater campaign or something like that, you could do like a swarm of piranhas.
Pretty cool.
Oh, underwater campaign. Never even thought of that being a possibility before. It's
I
like
kinda
5
wanna-
rules.
Toyed with the idea of it. It's one of those like long-term things that might be cool.
There's
kinda
not like underwater, but there's like published like sea camp. Like I think what Ghosts of Saltmarsh is pretty sea based.
Yeah, it's pretty sea-based. Yeah.
I want to make like a character that's just utterly useless. Like has like the ability to be really good, but isn't. So like, if you could have a swarm, it'd just be a swarm of houseflies.
That
They
would
just bump
still...
into things.
Houseflies are horrible. I would still be afraid.
Yeah, that would still
Yeah.
be effective though.
If you made like a tiefling or something, and, like had flies, like I could see that being really creepy.
Tiefling Lord of the Flies. Like Beelzebub or something, oh my god.
All right, fine. A swarm of ladybugs.
You're right, ladybugs ain't scary.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way that could be scary, but I just can't.
Like I feel like you could probably still make them do scary stuff, but it wouldn't feel scary as it's happening.
Hey, Draven's got the bat storm, but can he like actually turn into a bat?
Cannot.
But you can.
Oh, I can,
Uh,
but not at this level.
Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just turn into a
eventually,
bat and just like pretend to be a part of his swarm for a little while.
Yeah, Druid wild shape rules are based on level. It depends on they have to level up a little bit before they get swim speed and flying speed animals.
Yeah, and to be clear, the turning into a bat thing is a vampire thing. Draven is not a vampire.
True, that is
He's a
Lunar
lunar
elf.
elf.
that- yeah. He's a Dhampir.
Just
No,
happy
he's a
mice
lunar
are
elf.
Yeah.
I don't know what this whole thing is. What are you guys talking about?
What is that like thing?
What's
there?
that?
Is it a sea monster with like a? Oh, it's Sybil. It's Sybil. Okay.
Oh, this drawing.
This one?
Took me a minute to figure it out.
Sybil being Angie at Mortos, I guess.
Despite Mardos being the tallest character and Sybil being the smallest, in that moment Sybil was significantly taller than than Mardos was.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I will do it again.
No more kill.
It was an accident, Mom. One of these days, like we're all gonna be sleeping, and Mardos is just gonna come in and turn on a lantern and say, "Mom, I threw up."
Mom, I threw up. I don't feel good.
Like flexing her muscles in like a very like
Whoa.
alpha stance, and just be like, "Mom, I threw up."
Mom, help.
I drank too much whiskey. Help.
Oh, it's terrifying.
I'm just happy now my prepared spell list has more spells than my brain cells count.
This it doesn't have a very high brain cell count in general.
I'm just happy that I've actually have because up until now I've been an underpowered wizard because I didn't understand how many spells I was supposed to have.
What are you picking up as second levels, by the way? Sure.
The 2 second level spells I picked up were invisibility and shadow blade.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm tired of being useless by myself in combat.
Well, you haven't been useless. It's just illusion wizards aren't really there for the damage. Like
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like in last time where everyone was busy and I had to 1v1 a dog and I almost lost. So I want to
Yes.
make myself a little more useful in combat than I was
Yeah,
intending
but
originally.
you shouldn't forget that you also distracted one of the dogs for a few turns,
Yeah, true.
which helped out Sybil because imagine Sybil was fighting those two dogs at once instead. That might have affected how she played the battle too, right? So you freed her up to fight less enemies.
You don't necessarily need like really high damage or whatever. The illusion swing is pretty useful in combat.
There is
Yeah.
there's a lot of room for you to do some control stuff because you have Draven and Martos doing such big damage. So that frees
yeah.
up you and Sybil to sort of do both control, and then Sybil balances her control with healing, and then you balance sort of damage and control. So
Well, I
you don't need to be
wasn't
you don't need to be the standard wizard DPS where you're just nuking everything, because you have two people to do a lot of damage. So it frees you up to do a lot of fun and control stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go damage route. I just kind of wanted to. I want to get it to be just enough where Witz can like handle his own without having someone to peel off to come help him.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, because like after the last session, I was like, "Holy shit, he really can't do anything by himself, like damage wise, can he?" So
I recommend a great second level spell whenever you get the chance to grab it. Misty Step.
Oh
That
yeah, I was
will-
reading that one. I was
That
considering
one's
that one.
so clutch. That'll get you out of melee to where you can reposition and nuke from a distance. Like it's super nice.
That's partially why I learned invisibility. I'm like, all right, now I can at least either get away. And plus, one of my level 1 spells that I picked up, but I couldn't prepare until just now was Expeditious Retreat. So
Yeah,
that'll
it's
give you
really good.
some mobility to reposition, which will make you feel
Yeah.
a little less trapped. Though the point of that fight was to separate you guys out.
Yeah.
I mean, like the issue is that I didn't really see a point in disengaging because he was just gonna catch me anyway. So that's kind of why I need something like that just to use if I need it. But I do have a few more damaging spells now, so yay.
I
Adam's
will
gonna-
say like Draven's kind of like middle road damage. I mean, I've got like a bit now. If I got was it Hunter's Mark on something?
With your Hunter's Mark and Stormkeeper now combo, I wouldn't call you middle road.
Well,
I,
so
right
now,
right
Well, I
now,
mean,
I
that's
wouldn't call you
at-
middle road. It'll fall off a
at-
little bit eventually, but
yeah,
right
that
now,
was my
I
point.
would call you more top tier.
Yeah.
yeah. Marshall's early levels are a lot of damage. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. I was just gonna say Martos is gonna be our big damage like throughout the campaign. She's I don't know. Can I say your subclass or is that a secret? Or
Oh no,
Unless she wants to do any RP stuff with it, you can talk about it now.
I was like, no. But she goes for extra damage. She's a whatever was it called, berserker?
yeah, so she's a berserker. She's gonna get a bonus action attack whenever she rages and decides to berserk. So she's gonna be doing like a shitload of attacks, and then she's got her was it your savage critical thing?
Uh-huh.
So if you
Bonus
crit, you get
crit.
to roll another d12. So Mardos is gonna be pumping out the damage. Our main goal is to like keep her alive and in position to
Don't let
where
me
she
die.
can fuck stuff up.
Doesn't Berserker also have like an infinite amount of Uno reverse cards? Or at some point I heard at least.
What do you mean?
Maybe that's not.
I thought I read at some point the Berserker is supposed to get like, I think like if they're about to die or something like that. I don't remember.
Well, I have
was-
restless endurance, so if I go
Yeah.
below 0 HP, I jump back to 1, and that's my cue to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Berserker is a double-edged sword. So like whenever you rage, you can choose to berserk as well. You don't have to. But whenever you
Yeah.
do berserk,
I get
if you're
exhaustion.
whenever your rage ends, you take 1 level of exhaustion. And 1 level's not bad. It's just like I think you have disadvantage on skill checks or something. But
Yeah.
then like the more levels you gain, it just gets progressively worse. Like your movement speed drops to 0. You get incapacitated, and then eventually, if you have 5 levels, you just straight up die. So you got to like balance that out with taking long rests and stuff to make that exhaustion go down.
Maybe she'll be a little bit safer. She won't.
I just spawn
Yeah.
a Pog Frog everywhere.
Ideally, like what you like with a berserker, you would kind of like maybe burn one early in an adventure, like if you really need the damage, but then kind of try to save it towards the boss fight, so you don't use up all your rages beforehand or stack too many levels of exhaustion beforehand. I mean,
Well, you can
but
have
that's just the tactical thing. Like if Martos in character feels that she would be berserking every time, then hell yeah, let's RP it out.
I thought
I think
about
we
it, and
learned-
I was like, no.
Mhm.
You'd save her real anger for when she's about to get actually like fucked up.
I think we've learned that Mars is taking the RP route, which has been really fun to be with around too.
Yeah,
Never
I mean,
the brightest idea.
Mm.
RP and Martos is never a good idea.
No, it's only a bad idea whenever I try to plan stuff. So therefore, I'm just gonna try to plan less now.
I think it's good though, because like I mean, RP comes from that too. Like you planning, like our reactions to the plans, and then coming up with other stuff based off that. Like I think just stay true to your character, regardless of whether you think out of character, or like if it's having an effect or not. Like I assure you,
I
it is.
Yeah.
slammed through the door when Draven's gonna unlock it. There was no planning.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense. So
I did
which
that.
will continue planning, but Mardos doing whatever she wants is gonna have to be a factor
Martos
now.
In the heat of moment, Martos acts. She does not listen.
I've never had to improvise so much in my life until now because Murdos would do something completely different than we said we are gonna do, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta do this now.
That's good though. The wizard is very much the all right, I'm going to plan type archetype character. And so seeing people kind of throw a wizard off kilter is always funny. What with their preparing of their spells and things like that. They're often like the more cautious of the group.
Well, in that case, at the beginning of every combat engagement, I'll just turn invisible and then let y'all have fun.
Oh no.
I mean,
no.
you can, sure.
You bring dishonor.
Wait, here, I'm gonna get the GIF again. There we are.
Deuces.
Wits and everything.
Just, even like a standard social situation. Honestly, because there have been times where like Wits, and I've reached on this where Wits just gives up on trying and just says, let's just go along. But now as an RP, every once in a while, I might make him just cast invisibility just so he doesn't have to worry about it. And then he can just go back to drinking.
Oh yeah. Sybil is a people pleaser, and so far she just goes along with you guys. But I think you pushed her over the edge.
I think
have
I
broken
split
her.
the murder and no longer being friends
Yeah,
with
you're
half.
stealing and murdering as kind of her goody two shoes toppled right over the
You know,
edge
I'm.
of that
We've
now.
changed her.
You know, now that I think about it, I really
Innocence
wish.
lost.
I really wish that Jellycap didn't find out. Not because from a tactical standpoint that'd be better, but because if he didn't, Mardos would have definitely tried to cut his head off and take it with her.
Oh yeah, like I was not done with that body, but as soon as Jellycap entered, I was like, we gotta go. That window, only way out.
Carrying a Nyan Harry's head around is going to be a lot different than carrying simply a ram skull or something like that. You're gonna get
That one we would put in
a lot more hostility for something like that. That'd be like carrying a human head around.
I was gonna put it in the backpack and be like, that doesn't exist. I at least wanted the tail. I really wanted the tail.
Yeah, you can put it where the flower is too. I feel like every time we find flour, she's just gonna like collect more of it.
Yeah, I gotta put it in my pockets. Pocket flour.
It's gonna get to the point where like we look at like the inventory and it's like, what is Mario's strength? Is it 17?
Yeah.
All right, that is 225 carrying capacity. So I can just imagine like 70 pounds of it is just like regular stuff, and then the rest of it is just all flour.
Great, my flour. You never know when you need flour.
Has got
We're gonna come across a bakery, and this is gonna be her time to shine.
I'm like, this is it, guys. Everyone get a pocket of flour, please.
Carrying like bags of flour with flour pouring in our pockets, entering the bakery. Did you need flour?
It's a good, if anyone ever tries to go invisible, I mean, I can just throw flour in the air, and now they're covered in flour. Like, bitch, you ain't invisible no more. Come here.
I really wish Expeditious Retreat didn't require concentration, because Witch would totally turn invisible and then use Expeditious Retreat to get away.
I like the idea of the Mortis having the flour in her pocket is like how like the bodybuilders use like the magnesium powder on their hands before they like lift weights. She just kind of like claps some of that on and then grabs her great axe.
My hands get sweaty when I'm mad.
She has to take a turn, like to prepare, like before the combat starts. It's like, hang on a second, and it's like, not even like pours out some like out of like a jar or something. It's like puts her hands in her pockets and then pulls them out and then wipes them together. It's like, all right, let's go.
I'm ready now.
At some point, she's just gonna be covered in flour like at all times. Good thing Witz isn't a fire-based wizard, because in that case,
the flour in my pocket got wet because I jumped in the swamp. My flour in my pocket flour was ruined.
If Jay really wanted to be mean and remembered it, he probably would have said, Jellycat follows your trail of flour that you leave behind.
Did she follow a trail of flour through a swamp, though?
Yeah, it'd be a little hard.
Jellycat's not that dedicated to me. Like, just murdered somebody.
Yeah, I figured he wouldn't leave the
Really,
Not the
Draven
law.
murder.
He's
Really,
there to
Draven.
protect the town.
Whoa, okay, now.
We're just gonna pretend you didn't hit him with the great axe.
Okay, I made
And
it hit him
deal
with Draven.
13 damage.
Draven straight up murdered him in the end. All right, I didn't get the final blow. I'm blaming Draven for the murder.
All I wanted to do was rob a woman.
You wanted to rob my woman, okay? So instead, we gotta murder the dude.
All right, if she's your woman, then go back and get her.
I can't. I ruined that relationship. All right, we are taking a break.
She
But
just
Elias-
literally ghosted her.
Yeah.
But
The
I
last-
wrote a note. I meant to
the-
give
so
it to
you're
her. I
telling
didn't
me
have time.
we went through
Perhaps
all
from
this
Grace's
trouble
perspective, it's
The
for
last-
you to just
terrifying.
ghost her.
The last thing she heard from you was that you were planning on murdering somebody.
Now I murdered. What is she thinking when she finds everything out? Oh man.
You know,
Or
to
this
be
is
fair,
just-
to
Or
be
this is
fair,
just
Elias-
like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you got it.
I was saying, Marta's just like, baby, I might be going away for a bit. I just want to let
Oh,
you
no.
know.
I wrote down everything that I wanted to say in the letter, and it's completely wasted now.
What even was in that letter?
You know, Witz was thinking about using prestidigitation to clean up that letter some, but he had
Oh.
to get you back somehow. He wasn't interested in doing favors to someone who just killed him, so
I only killed him a little bit.
only a little bit.
I only killed him a
Oh
little
yeah, just like High Noon, only a little bit dead.
bit. Only a little bit.
Oh yeah. But yeah, but I mean to be fair, Elias did say that, you know, he gives you a blessing to marry his daughter, so
Well, that's why you got killed now, isn't it? First initial roll was like, I gotta kill him. He's coming after us. Second roll was, Witz is an asshole.
What's like his first idea after Mardos basically murdered somebody on a whim was to tease her.
look, as a wizard who specializes in illusionary spells, it is very hard for me to back down from the temptation of fucking with people.
I don't think anyone
No,
blames
I
you
think
for
that's just-
messing
I
with
think
people.
That is literally, and that's why I'm kind of surprised because that's the only reason I picked the message, and I've only used it for useful stuff so far, except for to scare Dobby. But other than that, like, but honestly, on my checklist of things I want to do, pretend to be God using message was one of them. So I checked that
Oh,
off. I'm happy.
that was fun. That was fun, even if it failed spectacularly like everything else.
I've had that on the list since before session 1. So
I will plan to be God.
I wish to pretend to be God using message. All I gotta do is spawn like 10 more Prog Frogs and I'm getting a little closer. Which I'm surprised I still haven't done yet. Oh yeah, that was one thing. I considered it, but then I decided not to. But I was gonna jokingly ask you, Jay, if you would allow Wits to cast Minor Illusion to make a Pog Frog without using an action. But it's like you don't have to roll an investigation check to figure it out. Everyone instantly knows. Just as a funny reaction thing in combat.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. Depend on the situation, probably.
I ended up. I mean, I'm probably not gonna actually want to do that. Probably because I'm gonna either forget or
You could
I'm
do
gonna
it for
be like.
you could do it for free, maybe at the end of a fight.
As like a Fortnite loser
Yeah.
dance or whatever.
Little victory, victory frog.
Victory Pog Frog. I really
Alright.
wish I could maintain multiple minor illusions so I could put like 10 of them.
All right. So, the links still exist. We got our Discord link that you can check out. We got a link to the World Anvil ! Lore. If you go to my About section, you can find these links too. There's a link to the Twitter where I talk about schedule stuff. So if you want to know when Silversong will be starting back up again, or Season Same will be starting back up again, and Silversong will be starting, then check those out. If you want to join our Discord, feel free to. It's not just for players. If you want to check out something that you missed, like one of the VODs, check out the YouTube channel in the About section for all the archives of old sessions. So you can go back and see how stuff started. You can go back and see what poor High Noon did to make them just so mad at him. There's no exclamation marks over song yet, Luna. It'll probably just be exclamation mark SS or something like that. But sooner or later there will be one. Imagine if I had was trying to prep early to add it or something, and you just spoiled some of his song because I was too far ahead of the game.
no.
Luckily, I'm lazy, so there isn't one yet.
Thinking 10 steps ahead of you.
So so check out all the different links and stuff for schedule things, and follow if you want. We always appreciate that. But other than that, there won't be a Friday, but hopefully next Friday is when we'll be back for Season Sound. So everybody cross your fingers for that, because I'm looking forward to getting back into that one. And then no idea quite when Silver Song will be starting, but soon is the goal. Within 2 weeks is the goal. And we'll see if anything changes. Other than that, everybody have a good night. Thanks for watching. It's always a good time. If you missed me saying it before, thanks for the 3 months, the couple people in there who resubbed. Because I said it in the middle of kind of a random moment, so if you weren't at your laptop or whatever when I said it, then thank you again. And take care and have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.